It is showtime. It is showtime. Welcome to another edition of the Aaron O Show. Y'all know I had to start on mute because I'm afraid I might give out secrets, and I don't want to be just giving out no secrets y'all hearing in the background. So I had to pause. I had to make sure y'all couldn't hear me. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Spence, what up? T-Dub, TEC, the voice of Venus, Miss Sherelle, JJ, Sale, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of the Aaron O Show. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. I was planning on taking the night off. I got hit by a good brother of mine. He said, "Nah, where I'm from, we don't take no days off." I said, "What you mean, brother? Do you see how much work I put in? You doing a little bit of work." He said, "You doing, but it ain't enough." He had the nerve to tell me I ain't putting in enough work. I said, "All right, I see what's going on here. You trying to be you trying to make me look bad in these YouTube streets." So I said, "All right, you right. I had to cave in. You right. I'm not putting in enough work." So I gave in. I said, "You know, I'm gonna do a stream, and I'm gonna make sure I highlight you as a special guest. All right. I think I'm gonna highlight you as it wasn't Anton, JJ. I wish it was, but it wasn't him. Because Anton don't say that to me. See, Anton say no days off, but he definitely don't say I'm not working hard enough. Even if it is true, he don't even say it. But this brother of mine, we've been rocking for a minute, and he had the nerve to tell me that. I was on one of my other friends' channel, rocking with her the other day, and everything was good. So I said, Thursday, let me just relax, take a day off. They said no. So we right back at it again. I present to you the people. Welcome to the Aaron O Show. As always, I had a phenomenal show last show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And this show is designed at the last minute because I've been working all day and I've had very little time. So work with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the last show I did. And this one is to be laid back, okay? No stress, no trouble. It's just a nice, chill show. But remember, the sponsor of the last show, my guy, Sherwin Thomas. Mr. Thomas, shout out to you. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for sponsoring the show. You definitely made sure. The thing about the sponsors, let me tell you why the sponsors are the most important. They make sure they keep the level of engagement up with how they super chats, what they do, who they attack, who they don't attack, and it keeps the show flowing. So thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. We appreciate you here on the Aaron O Show. Last show was dope, so make sure y'all go back, restream it, rewatch it, and talk about your favorite parts and the parts that you guys probably wish I didn't have to bring to the public, okay? Okay, it's Thursday. We on the West Coast. Look, we got into an East Coast thing the other day, too. I'm going to leave the East Coast alone because right now I'm beating up on the South. And let me tell you why. Because they can't pronounce their words correctly. And I don't care what nobody say. I done watch video after video after video after video. They can't say no words proper. They might be the most educated people in all of America, but can't say no words. It's comparable, you know? So thank you for tuning in. I'll bring up my guest in just a second. So shout out to the sponsor of the last show. I just definitely want to make sure I highlight you, acknowledge you. Today, we're going to be discussing just a couple things. I won't keep y'all here all night, all right? I won't keep. The only person that get a pass if they from the South is Lauren, because I love Miss Mac, okay? She got to me, all right? There's been a few people that keep getting to me, and Lauren is one of them, okay? So she is an exception, but everybody else going to get this work, okay? Now, I'm going to bring up my guy who's going to help me run the show today. This is his idea because he had the nerve to tell me I don't get no days off, okay? Had the audacity to tell me I don't get no days off. So I want to acknowledge the gang because I know gang. I know GBG is in the building, right? So I want to make sure I highlight them. Make sure everybody gang. Sometimes y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know that we in the building everywhere we go, okay? Let me see here. Adjust this real quick. And I got to make sure I get this stuff down right. Now, bringing the special guest to the show, the man who won't let me sleep, because I deserve some sleep. None other than my brother, E, the man, Williams. Everybody make sure I give him a round of applause. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wrong button. Wrong button. Wrong button. Wrong button. Wrong button.
Hey, brother,
wrong button. What's going on, E? What's going on?
Hey, we can sleep when we dead, man. That's the key, is that we ain't gotta sleep while we on this earth. We can do it once we decide to check out of here, man.
I ain't got no military background, so I can't sleep with my eyes open. I can't do it. I cannot do it.
Oh, hey, man, just get your eyes open don't mean that you're conscious. How was your day, brother?
I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a long day, but you know that's regular. It goes by pretty fast. I try to stay busy. And I was thinking about the show because we talked about it the other night. I was like, all right, what we gonna do? Because I can't come here and disappoint the people because they're gonna be mad, and I don't want to have to do that. So I definitely made sure I found some things that we can break down and talk about, and I can get your insight in, so that way I could stay out of trouble. Okay, because you known for trouble, so trouble is gonna come your way. Absolutely. Any requests that you have before we start the show? I don't want no trouble.
Yeah, I want to make sure I address the chat, especially Matthew, since he want to know how much to boot me off. It's gonna be $175. It's gonna be $175 to get me out here. You're gonna have to listen to all Either Man theories tonight.
All right, cool. So y'all leave Either Man alone. He said $175 to boot him. So that effectively means he don't want to be booted. So let the man just rock out. All right. Now I can only protect him so long. If the panel open up, listen, the floodgates. It is what it is. All right. Because it's his show. I don't want him to. I don't want y'all to have to. He from the South. All right. So let the South put their work in. Okay. Let the South put their work in. It's not a problem at all. Okay. I'm just letting you know, like that's what he said. 175. Okay. Now
I learned a long time ago. I ain't gotta pronounce the words right. I just gotta write the check right. As long as I spell your name right, I'm good, bro.
So as long as you know what, black people ain't mad at that either. I ain't gonna lie to you. I done spoke to many of these blacks people, and long as the check is good, that's all that matters. Long as the check is good, that's a fair statement, because I am one of those people. People can't say my name right. I don't care. They be like, brother of Moses. I'm like, check, please. So either way, I'm good with that. So I'm with you. Since Aaron want to make fun of accents, JJ, I love you. JJ is my brother. I love JJ. Everybody, he's an exception as well. Okay, anybody that rock out with me like JJ do, because he know when y'all be capping on the screen, he pull up the numbers for me. He don't make me have to go screen to screen. He pull it right up. So JJ, shout out to you, brother. I'll let you present. Did you have something you wanted to talk about, or you want to just let me run through it and we go from there?
We can run through it. I got something I want to address, but we're going to address it later on in the store. So I'll let
you go. Bet. All right. So the first thing I want to show everybody is get the show started, so we can kind of bring a level to humanity, right? Because I think it's important. I just want everybody to know, because y'all be wondering who hurt you, Aaron, who hurt you, right? And I keep telling y'all, they didn't hurt me. They hurt my brother from another, okay? And it happened a long, long time ago in 94. And I ain't never forgot. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell y'all what happened. See, me and my brothers was like this. And he had a crush on this girl. And he listened to one of his friends, a different friend instead of me. And she said, just tell her how you feel. Just tell her how you feel. I said, you better not do that. You better not do that. She said, don't be a wuss. Tell her how you feel. And then she is going to show you that she really appreciates you. So let me guys show y'all what happened way back in 94. Okay, this is what happened to my brother in 94. I just want y'all to know this is what happened to my brother in 94. Just so y'all can understand, okay?
No. Hey, you're mean. I don't want to. What? What?
Now, I just want you guys to understand, we ain't never gonna forget what y'all did to my brother back in 94. All right. He poured his heart out and it was a resounding no. Okay. I ain't gonna forget. I ain't gonna ever forget about what happened to my guy. Okay. Not gonna forget.
So what you're telling me is that day the red pill was formed. It was
that
formed
day, right there. It was born. That day it was born.
They said, hey, we gonna retaliate. Now it's time for us to be able to come back. See, I think what it comes down to is that it's hard if you want somebody who don't want you. And I think we won't talk about that enough in this space because we always talk about there's no good men, there's no good woman. How about that person just don't want you because you ain't good enough? Why is it bad to say that some people just not good enough nowadays?
Nah, she did my dog dirty. She did my dog dirty. I ain't gonna never forget. I ain't gonna never forget how they did my dog. And ever since then, I've been top G.
I actually believe she didn't do him the dirty. It's not realistic for some 5-year-olds to want to get married, man. He was trying to actually push a narrative that wasn't realistic. Like they 5 years old, man. Listen, she needed to set him. Matter of fact, I can almost guarantee that he run a Fortune 500 company. See, sometimes we need this level of rejection at a young age. You know what it does? It makes us great later. So I bet he running a. Matter of fact, that might be Mark Zuckerberg right there. Mark Zuckerberg got his feelings hurt. He said, "You don't want to be my friend? I'm about to go get millions of friends. I'm gonna create an app that gives me millions of friends." So hands down, I think rejection is something that men should go through, and it actually makes you a lot stronger when you go through rejection. That's why, like, when I joined sales, I had already been rejected in my life. I wasn't worried about somebody saying no. I was looking for the people that's willing to say yes. She just wanted the pieces to the puzzle that said no.
Nope. I ain't gonna ever forget. Like they got them other stories. Don't ever forget. 911. Don't ever forget. I ain't gonna ever forget how she did my dog. I'm gonna hold him down for life. All right. And it's forever with her. Every time I see her until we did and then gone, it's up. I ain't gonna forget how she
so
did
you
my dog.
You telling me it's on site. So when it's on site.
You saw how she did my dog? He came over there and look, his knee on ground. Like, what up? She said, no. Nah, bro, we can't. She could have said maybe. She could have said, let me think about it. She told my brother no.
Why are you advocating people lying? If she felt like that in the trueness of her heart, that she didn't want little Woody just wasn't good enough. Like, why don't we live in a world that people can be honest with people and not be in a situation that they care so much to cater to that person?
I ain't trying to hear it. Not trying to hear it, bro. Nah, you see, you always want the practicality of life. I'm moving with my emotions right now. She made my dog cry. All right. He was man enough to walk away without no tears. But once he got past the house and the camera couldn't see him no more, he let it out. Yeah, he let it out, dog.
I really hope Woody had a big brother or he had a daddy at the house. Because, you know, his daddy would have told him one of my favorite lines on Friday. You win some, but you lose some. But you live to talk to another chick another day. So he'll be all right, man. I think it's healthy for him. I bet you. I wish we could have really followed little Woody's story because I'm telling you, Woody is a winner now. I'm telling you, when they get rejected at a young age, you know what it does? It shows them what reality really is.
Nah, I don't appreciate that, but it's cool. I hear what you said. We can move on because when I see her, I don't remember her name either. I'm gonna just call her Little Hater. You know, when I see her, it's on. But I like to start the shows off with a level of positivity, you know. So I had to keep it real with the people and let y'all know why my feelings is hurt because they did my dog dirty. But I'm also, like Cree said, it's forever. Also, I want to start it off with a positive note since we're talking about the state of parenthood, you know, in society, in these perils. I want you to see a couple parents in action, okay? Pay attention to the screen, all right?
Mama, why are you recording me?
Okay, so what time you get off?
Pull up for me and make this left, please, and thank you.
For my cheeseburger? Okay, all right.
What time you get
You
off?
did such a great job.
10 o'clock.
Now that's positive reinforcement, okay? You see, Dad's a big man. He got a big arm, but he about to get his burger and fries, and he there to support his daughter. So shout out to the fathers supporting their daughter, okay? Let's get to the next one.
This is my mom. Hold on. I'm trying to work right now. You over there calling my phone. This is D'Angelo. You can say hi. And don't be holding up traffic because you got cars behind you.
Shout out to young brother. checked his mom immediately. Like I told you, sometimes you got to check your mom. Don't be holding up traffic. You heard him. Man's man right there. Don't be holding up traffic. Shout out to the brother and shout out to his mother, always holding her son down. We love that. We love to see it. Okay. That's a good mother-son dynamic, a very healthy one that I saw right there. Okay. Mothers that smile and laugh like that are beautiful people. Okay. We need more of them like that. Okay. Let's get to the next one. And he grinding at 14. Look, he trying to get the new Jordans, no doubt.
Hey.
Look how polite the coworker is. Everything. I love it. I love
When
it.
your mama comes up on your job,
Hey, clear them towels up.
Clean them towels up, boy. Bye, boy.
I see you, Art.
That's right. Yeah.
I see you, baby.
Yeah.
when your
See, mom gonna be proud of you no matter what type of job you got. Towel boy, Gatorade boy. Mom gonna pull up and show out for her child. And see, when they say these mamas don't care, I don't believe them. When they say these fathers don't care, I don't believe them. And he probably got a free tickets to the game. Shout out to the young brother, okay? Shout out to the young brother, all right?
Hi, welcome to Kenny's. How can I help you?
Yes, can I please get the dub special?
I'm sorry?
Can I please get a dub special?
Hi, mother.
Hi. Can I please have 2 box combos, please?
That's my mom. Don't worry about her. Mama, they can hear you on the mic.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. That voice kind of sound like somebody in our space. Do you hear the voice? And who do y'all hear who voice that resembles? Do y'all hear it?
I hear it.
I don't think they know. We call him the boogeyman around here. I'm just saying his voice sounds quite familiar. I don't know, but listen, just to say that could be somebody from our space. I don't know. But shout out to mom for pulling up. Okay.
All right. You said a box combo. What do people drink today?
2 box combos and lemonades, please.
A lemonade on both?
Yes, please.
All right. Did you want to substitute anything on those box combos?
Yes, please. On one, can I sub the slaw for extra fries?
No slaw, extra fries, and on the second one?
I get extra fries.
You can leave it as is.
All right. And out of favor of your son, can we add a Kenny combo?
That was good, man.
Hi.
So it's right.
Okay, perfect.
Welcome to Kenny's.
Please, sister. I didn't think you were gonna want one. With my fries, they better be hot.
Cold. I'm gonna put them in the freezer just so they are cold.
Good son.
Love you. See you in a little bit.
See you in a little bit, man.
Good son.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, hard-working man?
What up?
What's up with you, man?
It's hell out here.
I know it is, man, but I wanted to bring you something, bro. I want to bring you lunch, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir. I wanted to bring my boy lunch, man. There you go, son.
Oh,
And got him a drink.
Thank you.
All right, man. I love you,
Dad
boy.
of the
I
year.
want to say thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Love you, boy.
I love you too.
All right. You good.
So
You working hard, boy.
Hey, you know it.
All right. Holla.
Man, what a lovely, beautiful, healthy relationship. Okay. It's a beautiful thing. I love to see it. It's not often you can see a father and son just say how much they love each other so openly. And so I'm going to promote it on my show.
Her son named Matt has Down syndrome and just got his first job at this restaurant. And this was the moment his mom came in to see him and he got to be her waiter.
Good morning, sir. Emma. Hey, thank you. You're welcome. All right, good job. You look fantastic. Oh.
Her son named
Always. Okay. Always. Now we'll get back to that other stuff later. All right. Now, that's the positivity that we got to start the show off with, Eden, man. Okay. I hope you understand it's necessary to do, because there's some great parents in society, so it seems. And so I think starting shows like that, it gives a positive environment. Okay. Shout out to Unlike Lee in the building, says, hey, slap that like button for me one time. Okay. One time for the kid. Shout out to Lee. Appreciate you, bro. Because them likes my likes don't ever be up. I ain't went to one show and saw my likes up, okay? See, what you think about that bonding time between parent and child right there, where they show up and show out?
I think it builds kids with strong character. You know, I remember every football game, every wrestling meet, you know, every sports, because I did a lot of sports in high school. My mother was there. You know, my first job at 14 was working at Kroger's. You know, my mom was there. Like when I went into the club industry, my mom said, "Hey, you can't trust nobody like me. Let me run your front door," even though she was working like 12 hours shifts. So 100%, I think how can we expect other people to support our kids if we're not supporting our kids ourselves? So I'm 100% agreement with that you should support your kids. Like my kids will tell you, like everything that they do, I try to curve out time to be able to do. Like my middle child, she's doing track. So I try to make sure that we have created an environment that we see the meets, that we do all the things to be able to make her know that if nobody got you, the parents got you. So I do agree with that 100%. I can't, I love to disagree. And that's one thing I can't disagree with.
Yeah, you might not want to disagree because the shirt you wear and you button up both buttons. Normally the top button you supposed to relax. Like you supposed to relax. It's one more. We good then. we good then. Let me see here. I want to get your thoughts because you know a lot about business, and a lot of times you teach me a lot of things, and I learn quickly. Sometimes when it comes to like building houses and work and construction and things like that, sometimes when like you're overseeing the work that's been done, there's times where the workers there need to be provided a really good positive atmosphere. Okay, or would you say that you try to do your best to provide a positive atmosphere for the people that are supporting the projects that you work on?
100%, man. I think what people don't understand is environment is more important than pay. Like people will stay for low pay if the environment is correct. So what we do is anytime we have strife on the work site, we completely dismiss it. We get rid of it altogether, right? I am slow to hire, quick to fire, right? And I'm okay with letting somebody out that is endangering the whole group. So 100%, you got to have that mindset in business that I want people to come. Like it's almost like employers trick people. they want you to feel so good that you'll do it for free. And we hear people say it all the time. I do this for free. Yes, it shows that your employer have made a good worker out of you.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Let me see here. 1 second. Somebody sent a super chat in. Oh, my brother Arnold. Shout out to Arnold. He says blueberry marshmallow, the man. Hey, don't go back and forth with Arnold. Don't do it. All right, don't do it. He just got a good sense of humor.
Hey, you only get two, Arnold. That's what I'm gonna tell you, man. You only get two.
All right, so I want your thoughts on this particular environment because when I saw it, I thought it was quite interesting, right? Because I don't know much about it. I've never done any building homes or things like that because I really don't care to do that. I want everything done, or I want somebody else to do all the work. I don't want to oversight. But this woman here is a homeowner, and she doesn't believe that you should use the bathroom at her site. Okay, This is what she has to say.
Yeah, I've been going to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom at home.
You can't go to the bathroom here?
No, it's not a public bathroom. It's a house, and I don't want anybody going to the bathroom.
Now, what are your thoughts about that before I let the rest of the video play?
I think she retarded. Like, even if that dude went to the bathroom, hey man, did you clean up behind yourself? See, what people are so small-minded. For example, I have an electrician that does all my work. I'm always taking care of him because it's easy for me to continue to work with someone that I like. So I think, especially when you found good help, you should keep that good help. So I think what she's doing is that she's been bullied in her life. Let me give you an assessment. I'm gonna give you a quick assessment of what I think. She's been bullied in her life, and she just got a little power over these Mexicans. As soon as she got just a little power over these Mexicans, she wanted to be able to point at the little things that she feels that's important.
That's you think he Mexican, huh? Okay, let me see the rest of the video. You think he Mexican? I'm almost offended that you said that.
No, when you take your break, you can go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Don't argue with me, I'm the one that pays you.
Don't be yelling at me. You have no right to be yelling at someone. This is the United States of America. And,
I understand
and you do
that.
not deserve to be fucking yelling at anybody that works here just because we're Mexican. You have no
I'm
right.
a Mexican too.
Exactly. And you think you're above everybody.
You need to
just
leave
because
right
you're here.
now.
You should not be yelling at everybody.
You need to leave right now.
Call on the car then.
I'm the owner of the house. I'm the one paying you, and you need to leave right now. I'm gonna call the police.
Go ahead.
Okay? You don't want to make a scene with me. You need to leave now.
Call.
What do you think? How fast that escalated?
I think he was right, man. Shoot, I'm pretty sure she paying him. I knew he was Mexican. You try to make my analysis of workers. You see how that man is. See, anytime you see a man on his knees working that hard and minding his own business, he is Mexican. But listen, let me tell you this right here. I truthfully and honestly think it comes down to she got some power issue that she need to deal with. Maybe she need to go on a fast and pray a little bit. But I think he should have stood up for himself. Why do we live in a world that we can get these Karens, these Mexican Karens, and she says she's Mexicans too? Why do we feel like we can get them and they can say anything and talk to us any kind of way? Anybody who knows my employees, I respect them because I expect them to respect me. So I think she was out of line. She could have said it a lot way. Hey, check this out. You know, we don't. What we really don't want is we don't want no one using the bathroom. So can you please try to find something else? Or matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get an outhouse. I'm gonna get a porta potty. I'm gonna get something else out here so that you can be able to use the bathroom because you're gonna be here for 8 hours. I feel like she's just abusing her power, and I truthfully and honestly don't like people like that because we need people to be able to do jobs like the floors and remodels and different things like that. So I'm totally against her talking to him just because she paid him. Just because you pay somebody don't give you the right to talk to somebody disrespectful. But that's just my opinion.
No, I would agree with that. But I mean, when you pay somebody, it does matter. But I think that was a little over the top. I honestly, I would have been offended too. But I would have respected her words because it is her home. I can't use the bathroom there. I think that's a little insane. But I have to respect that. But I don't know. I probably.
But she didn't get. See, that's the problem. She didn't give a solution. She told him to go home. So if he's working there for 8 hours, you want him to stop working. You see, he better than me. You know what I would have done? I said, you're right. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna run home real quick. I'll be back in about 45 minutes after I finish using the bathroom. Like, she didn't give him a realistic solution. Anybody who do construction, trust me, you have to have a porta potty on site. Now, if he was using the bathroom inside and they had a porta potty on the outside, we would be having a whole different conversation because that's the rules of it. But you can't expect him to go home. Like, come on, let's be realistic.
I agree. Yeah, but you know what? It's Karen's everywhere. Okay. Shout out to Lee. He said, "Good to see water bottle in your hand, Eda Man." Yeah. I told Eda Man it was a requirement for the show. You gotta have water.
He told me he wasn't gonna do a show with me if I didn't drink enough water. Y'all can say whatever y'all say about Aaron. Aaron said he cared about my health. He wanted to make sure that I'm here 45 years and it all starts with a bottle of water.
One bottle of water. Okay, Zoe is in the building. Zoe says her bathroom dirty and it stink. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know. I'm gonna say this and it's gonna sound mean. She ain't got no man. She ain't got no man. Ain't no man put up with that. That's insane.
Do you believe that my wife would be there showering over the Mexicans? No. Check this out. If she had a husband, her husband would have been there, and her husband would have been the one that's talking. I bet you he would have been cool. You know why? You know why the man? We typically, that's what we got supervisors for. We got somebody to look over the site, make sure it happens. Like, it's crazy that she feel like this the only way she can rule over men. I got hired.
Yeah, see, but in this next scenario, I'm gonna present to you. And see, this is why I can't necessarily trust you, landlords. Okay, all right, because y'all make me nervous. Y'all make me nervous. All right, let's take a trip. Okay, down there to the south in Georgia. You know a little bit about it. Look what's going on down there, Clayton County.
Utility workers posted this sign here at the entrance to this apartment complex Wednesday morning, informing residents that their water will be cut off in a matter of days because the landlord has not been paying the bills.
So we woke up this morning to the commissioner, the officers telling us that we have to evacuate. The water has not been paid.
Residents woke to a nightmare.
I'm at work today and get a call, come home now.
Tenants at the Terrell Woods Apartments learned Wednesday the Clayton Water Authority is shutting off water to the Jonesboro complex on July 10th.
We're paying, the water come with our rent. So you can't tell me that the water is being cut off.
Utility workers posted this sign here at the entrance.
Yeah, actually, we can tell you that your water been cut off because it's been cut off. How do we solve these problems for a lot of these people that are having eviction issues and they don't need a man and all this type of stuff? Like, how can we solve these issues?
I think the way that we can solve these issues is some of y'all women need to swallow your pride, because I guarantee you notice what we didn't see in that video? A husband. Because if a husband, it's no way he gonna let the light. It's his responsibility to protect and provide. And the one thing he gonna do is make sure that he at least put you in the neighborhood that they will pay the water bill if you paid it. So I think the problem is that they didn't have any men. Why? See, people see those videos and they didn't catch that little nugget that they only had women. It was a salon owner. She was out there doing hair, pretty much single. It was some woman who woke up, looked like she was on Section 8, single. Listen, I'm telling you, see, people think protection nowadays is me actually going to fight, putting my dukes up. No, what if I put you in a comfortable environment where you never have to worry about a bill again? So yeah, I'm 100% thinking they, first of all, they need to get married. See, I was trying to wait to the hour mark to start telling y'all that you need to get married, because if you have a man, you don't have to worry about those things. I'm just telling you, don't, like, my wife don't worry about the water getting cut off. That's the least of her worries, is that she know that either man Williams is gonna pay the water bill. And guess what? You shouldn't be renting anyways. You're supposed to own a home. But we ain't gonna go into that yet. It's too early for me to start acting like that.
Stop it right now, okay? All right. We ain't got no more water. We got no more water. See, we don't have those problems up here in the north. Water just keep freely come our way. We don't have these problems, okay? But you know what? I saw something I thought that was really interesting, okay? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little shocked at what I read, and I'm a little bit in disbelief. But I truly, really want your thoughts, because for somebody like me, I could never be a part of a championship, like winning style of team in this particular sport. But it turns out that these colleges are slowly but surely taking over. And look what I just so happened to come by here. Howard University swim team won first ever championship in 30 years. What are your thoughts?
I think it's about time, man. Listen, Mike Epps, not Mike Epps, I'm sorry, what's the other white man that be smoking weed? Y'all know his name, Michael Pips, that's his name. Michael Pips, guess what? We coming. Let me talk to the blackity blacks, right? Y'all been telling us for years, black people can't swim. Fun fact, in high school, I was a part of the swim team. I paved the way for black people to start getting in pools and start swimming around the world. So I'm actually excited that we getting into the water and we starting to swim, because you know what? Once you learn how to swim, you know, ain't too much things that scare you after the pool.
I think they lied, and I think they cheated, because I don't believe they can actually swim. I think they got some of the little flippers, like the automatic flippers on their feet, but it's like seats like clear so nobody could catch them. Because I don't believe that they could.
See, the reason I believe it, because they got a white coach. Listen, if they had a black coach up there trying to teach them how to swim, I'm honestly, I'd be down it. But he looked like he might have swam one day. So I think what we did is we went to the white man and we said, we need you to teach us how to swim at Howard University. And guess what? He did his job, because they came out champions. When I said they came out champions, They came out champion. You know, guess what? All the other schools ain't have no black people. This is a win for black people. Shout out to the blackity blacks.
You know what? That's a hell of a good. That is a really good point. Sometimes the right coach can get it done. Sometimes the right coach can get it done. And you know, we got all these coaching movies and stuff. You know, what is it? Remember the Titans? All that. So you know, they got all these good movies. So I believe the right coach can get it done. Now, sometimes what's going on down in the South, SOUF, it's all kind of craziness. Now, I didn't put your own game what's going on here in the Bay, but sometimes we need methods and we need some insight from people that ain't up north of how y'all would deal with such things, right? So I want you to tell me that if you came out here to the Bay, right, how would you deal with a scenario like this? Okay, I'm just interested in knowing how you would deal with it.
That fool's scoping. But he's scoping. But he's looking. He looking like, who should I get next? Who you gonna get next, bruh? Look at it. Look at it. Look at her. Damn. Look at her. Damn. 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 They don't know what they doing. They don't know what they doing. Hey, they don't know what they doing. Hey. Fuck.
Any thoughts on how we can stop this stuff from occurring?
I don't think we can. I think the one thing we have to do, I don't know, because if you call the police in the Bay, I heard they ain't doing nothing about it. Police said that's not my problem. That's a citizen's problem, right? When it comes down to what's going on in the Bay, people just breaking in people's cars. So it sounds like they knew that person. They didn't just randomly know something was in the trunk, right? She was on a mission. She literally said, let me bust this woman, pop this trunk, and I'm going to get what's in the trunk, because it would have been a waste of her time to try to take something out of the trunk if it was nothing there. So I think
those are typically
insurance fraud going on.
Those are typically foreigners, right? So a lot of times foreigners, they leave passports, foreign money, all type of stuff in their cars. Like I've been seeing it over the years. I've seen it happen many times. And so they were scoping them for a minute, and they put what they had in the trunk, and then proceeded either to go into like the restaurant, the hotel, whatever the case is, whatever was in that plaza and whatnot, or around that area. And she was definitely she said, watch me too, confident as heck. Like it was ridiculous.
Listen, I'm telling you, this what that was. Let me tell you. That was insurance fraud. That was insurance fraud at its best. They called up their homie Keisha, and they said, hey, Keisha, I got something for you. Man, check this out. You know, I can't pay my car payment because, you know, we went out to the club and I bought too many shots. So, hey, I need you to break into my car, steal some stuff out of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to do an insurance claim. I think it's insurance. I think 100% that was insurance fraud. I don't think that was random, because you telling me out of all of those cars, she just randomly, Keisha just randomly said, hey, you know, this the one. This is the one. I've been watching this one. Did you see that suitcase? Who keep that type luggage in their backpack? Nah, she gonna do an insurance claim. She gonna say that she had a whole bunch of collectibles in there. And guess what? That's why in Florida you can't get insurance, because insurance fraud. So I think it was insurance fraud. I don't think that was random.
That's not no insurance. I'm telling you, that's a lick. They literally peeped game, saw how they was moving. They're not in their own country. They think they don't know. And so that's why he's scoping. He's like, he saw them moving. He like, I already know what's up, because this they city. They see what's going on. And she peeped them. They was a mark. It's a messed up game right there. It is what it is. And they be having passports, money, and things like that. They be getting hit up. People just really don't know. Ask A-Rod. Ask everybody that come to the Bay that think they can. I'm telling you, it's a cold day for them when they wake up. All right. Now, I want to ask you this. Because we're talking about the perils and the dangers into society, right? There's this thing that is causing women to make a lot of money, right? There's this subscription model that exists that now women are starting to generate tons of money and become their own CEOs of their work, right? And they call it OF. All right. That is what they call that. And there's a lot of money being made. Okay. And I'm talking women out here stunting on people, saying they're getting their own money. They don't need a man. I don't need no man. I make my own money. Right now. I think it's phenomenal. I think if you're an entrepreneur, go ahead and get your money however you do. That's your life. You deal with the consequences. You get to determine your life, right? I think that's fair. And predominantly, women are making bank over there. Okay, they might not be making like hundreds of millions of dollars, but we're talking 20 grand, 40 grand a month, 100 grand a month. Like there are women doing exceptionally well, right? I'm intrigued to know what you think about the fact that yes, women do well, but even in their own business, that women are glorifying, the person that runs the business is this man right here. Okay, this man right here. Okay, let me just read it to you so that you understand what happened. All right, his name. He's Ukrainian American, I believe, right? So I think his name is Leonid Redvinsky, right? I think that's how you pronounce it, right? He paid himself a dividend of $338 million. Okay. Yeah, he paid himself a dividend that much. They brought in I think a little bit over $1 billion or whatever, revenue sort of above $1 billion and whatnot. And then so they made a lot of money. But they're saying he essentially paid himself $1 million per day. $1 million per day. What do you think about the CEO of OF?
I think that this is a genius. Like, first of all, what he did is I bet you he was one of those men that made sure you get your rights first. He said, we want women to have their rights because I got a business plan for the women who got their rights. And I think he should. Like this idea that just because he's the owner, he should be able to take his money out is completely crazy. You're right. You know what he did wrong, Aaron? What he did wrong is he should have got $2 million a day. He didn't get enough money because what we understand is he have created more financial independent women than we ever see in the face of this earth. And so what I'm going to say is he should get paid because he provides the vehicle. It's almost like we don't talk about the people when YouTube get their cut. YouTube get their cut and nobody got nothing to say. So I think it's a good, the only thing I'm mad at myself, why didn't I invest in OnlyFans? Man, I should have been one of those original partners. We would have our own website right now. So no, I strongly think it's not wrong with the owner taking our money. He's supposed to have that type of money. He's supposed to do those things because he is creating more and more entrepreneurs to be able to give them the independence that they want.
$1 million a day. While these women on here talking about I don't need a man, and he laughing to the bank. And he's structured. You know how that payment structure is vastly different, by the way, right? Mm-hmm. He definitely worked. He worked the game right there.
But you know what I think he's telling us though, indirectly? I think he's telling us is that he don't believe it's gonna be around. Anytime you see an owner start taking money out like that, he don't think these women got the sustaining power to keep it going. So he said, I gotta get my money while I can. So I'm 100% for him getting his money. He need to get his money, and matter of fact, he should get an award. He should get the Nobel Peace Prize because he have given these women what they want, independence to show their booty. I 100% agree that pimp should make. I didn't mean to call him a pimp, but that man should definitely make his money because any other pimps in Georgia make money. So
hey, listen, it is what it is. I thought it was. I had no idea he was pulling that type of money, and I had no interest of finding out who the CEO was because I didn't really care for the business. But it shows that somehow, some way, a man gonna run these things. Okay, James says, Aaron, you should do a show about religion on Fight Club again. It was good last time. Okay, yeah. When it comes to religion, I just listen and learn. I challenge a few things here and there within reason, but I don't go too far out my lane. But I do think some of those people that come up there have really good minds. And so we do enjoy it. So I definitely will look into that, brother. Either man looks like a cop from The Simpsons. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Nah, that ain't true. That ain't true.
That
ain't true.
You know, one thing I love about the GBG game and the people over here, they always equate me to some type of money, somebody who's making money that got power. You're right. I'm cool. One thing you can never compare me to He was a broke dude. So I'm okay. You're right. I look like this the guy who was regulating on the census. He was keeping all them other people on the census in check. You're right. I know I look like power. I appreciate that, James. That's actually
So real quick on the Cash App, shout out to my guy Donnell Hawkins. Appreciate you. And of course, gang. Grizz said he sponsors the show. He ain't playing these games with people. So shout out to Grizz. GBG is in the building. Either man, you just remind him of certain characters on certain television shows. I can understand, like, sometimes they just connect you with certain things.
But you know the funny part about it, and this not to James, because I don't know James, but when I see them, it's no regulation. Like it's like they almost not that important that I don't even know who they is. At least I got a familiar face. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough. Now I'm going to ask you a tough question right here. Okay, I'm going to have to ask you to answer this question on behalf of all the men. Okay, because I saw something and I was like, wow, did that really just happen? Check this out, Eda, man. This man right here called the popos. This man right here, okay? He called the popos on this lady, okay?
This lady tried to touch on me at a massage place and then refused to give my money back. She going to jail. She tried to grab my genitals. She going to jail. And they wonder why Christians having a hard time making it to heaven. I stand for Jesus.
Hey, I gotta ask some questions. First of all, why did you give him money in the first place? Because he ain't talking about his initial money. Like, what was you expecting for your money? Maybe he just didn't get off. But no, I think, check this out. If that man feel like he didn't get his money, his money right, why shouldn't he get a refund? Guess what? We go other places and get refunds. So the massage ladies need to give us refunds if they not doing their job. So 100%, he called the police. I'm okay with calling the police. I'm not against calling the police because guess what? She would have called the police on him if he would have did something that he wasn't supposed to do in that massage room. Yep, he definitely should call the police. I'm for it. Call the police. If you don't get the proper service, you know what? This shows a different side. Because you know what? That police ain't asking him no question. I don't see no brutality going on in that. He's holding that woman accountable because she didn't do what she said she was going to do. So I'm down for it 100%, without a doubt. Call the police if she don't want to be able to give you a refund for not doing her job.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you this next video. And then I'm going to let you get to your topic. And then we'll open it up to everybody else so they can get involved. Because I need your insight on this. Because I've been screaming about this for a very, very long time. And people been acting like I'm crazy. Now, you have a very unique perspective on things, right? You're very business savvy and you're business first, okay? And you have a good sound of right and wrong, okay? So I want your thoughts on this particular situation here, okay? Only the streets can save us, okay? Check this out.
I really need your advices.
Advices.
Me and my wife have been married for over 10 years, but together for 18 years. Now, every Sunday of late, after we attend church, she says she has an urgent meeting with the pastor regarding outreach. So we'll be home later in the evening. It's not how we always laugh. So, in the beginning, I never minded. Also, I have my things to do.
Yeah. Damn ones.
Yeah. But then I started to get suspicious. She could be doing something with our pastor. So one day after church, I followed them to see what they were really doing. To my surprise, they were actually meeting with other people present. And I felt a fool, so I left the issue. After several months, I said, as this outreach is not finishing, I miss my wife on Sunday. To then one time bump into the pastor at the moment she's supposed to be meeting my wife. Plot twist. I never mentioned to pastor that I had suspicions, as I don't want people knowing our business. So again, I followed my wife after church, only to see her enter this big mansion that's still under construction. My heart stopped as I believed she was having an affair with a rich man. I had to confront her. only to find out she's been building this house for over a year. But she needed security in case I left her. Should I forgive her for lying or congratulate her for being an entrepreneur?
Wow.
Please, I really need
Thoughts, brother. Thoughts.
I don't think she lied. So this idea, just because I didn't tell you something, I don't look at it as a lie. So for example, if I showed up to an event and I surprised my wife with a brand new car, did I lie to her? No. I think it is some deception going there. My question that I asked her is like, why does she fear that our relationship is not going to last? And I think those are some of the things that need to be addressed in that, right? And then another question is, well, how don't he know that she got enough money to build a mansion? Like this idea that he's not understanding the finances that's coming in and out of his house, I think is completely crazy. Because she didn't say that he was building a little hut. He said a mansion. And so we talk about a mansion, we talking $500,000 plus. If you and out there
in the UK, I don't know how much it costs out there, but so I don't know. But she had her listen. Women always got a secret stash, brother. Do you agree or disagree?
Sure. I think women have. So when you say secret stash, so let me say, for example, like my wife get money every single month. And whatever she decided to do with it is her money. It's not like I'm not trying to micromanage if she saves up her money.
So you said if you gave her $1,000, right? No, your wife a little expensive. She want $3,000, right? So if you give her $3,000 a month, right? Because I don't know why you would do that, but either man do weird stuff, right? And you like that's your whatever you want to do with that, fine, fine. And she been saving $3,000. Somebody do the math for me. $3,000 a month for 4 years, right? How much money is that, either man?
So you said she been saving $3,000 a month for 4 years?
4 years.
If I'm just gonna do the math in my head, I think that's roughly about 140 grand ish.
Now, that's 4 years. Now, the exit strategy happened usually at 10 years, in my humble opinion. Okay, like they prepared immediately, but let's just say exit strategy is year 8, year 9, if things ain't rocking, and she got safe to say about 300,000 right in her account that you have no rights to.
I agree. So I think a lot of men the what they do incorrect is that they give their wife allowance or money and they don't give themselves a money. So let me give you an example. She got 3,000 and I got 3,000 and I just spent the money however I want, and now I don't get to say, hey, you owe me part of your money because you invested or did it correctly. But I do feel this way vice versa. If I gave her 3,000 and I invested 3,000, I don't think that she's entitled to that money either, because we was given the exact same thing. So 100%, I think if she decides, this is how I really feel. If a woman want to leave you, let her leave you. If you gave her 3,000 and she put herself in a good situation where she can be able to leave you in 10 years, let her go. I think this idea of trying to hold on to somebody who don't want to be there is completely crazy. Like it's one of those things that it doesn't make sense. You can't force someone to be able to do that. So my goal is what I would say is this right here. Let her go. If she been saving up, she was waiting for her out. It's 10 years in a relationship, and she says she got her money, she want to go, support it. Matter of fact, if you really love her, pack up her bags, help her pack it up. Hey, you need me to take it? Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying, I'll rent you a U-Haul so I can move the stuff out when you get ready to move. Like, let people leave if people want to leave. 100%.
Tio says leave her because she planning her exit. I don't know. The way I look at that one, I was like, that's mad crazy.
I would have been excited though. When I seen that house, I said, "Oh, you telling me I got rights and ownership of half of a mansion? Girl, build that mansion. Go ahead, leave." See what people don't realize.
I would have thought that too, but I don't know those laws out there.
But I just like this idea that she's going. I think that shows that she ain't going nowhere. Because guess what? She don't want the money that she done put in that mansion. She don't want to give up half of her mansion. She don't want to. Like, she ain't gonna want to say, all right, check this out. I put all my sweat, I done put all of my hard work into building this mansion, and I'm willing to have to sell it because I want to file for divorce. But what is proven, typically, the more money people make, the longer they stay together. The more assets people make, the longer they stay together. I get we can look at certain celebrities and say, cool, this, but we know that it's proven data. After a certain amount of money, your chances of your relationship lasting is really high.
And I don't know. Is it something you wanted to touch on real quick before I shift over?
Yeah. Did you see the links I sent you? Nope. All right, cool. I actually want to get your perspective because I know what I feel about it. I know I sent it to you on Instagram. Do you feel that it is the President of the United States' responsibility to take care of the issues that's going on in Maui?
The president's responsibilities to take care of the issues that's going on in Maui.
Let me give you a backstory so you understand where I'm at, right? All right, so basically what happened is Maui had a big storm, right? They had a storm, and what happened is the power company didn't cut off the power. They left the power on. A couple power lines actually broke. And then that causes a large fire. And that fire, in so many words, have burnt, a large portion of the country. So do you believe that this is a President of the United States problem, or do you feel like this is a insurance problem? Like, it's a lot of ways that I can talk about this. Who do you think should be held responsible for Maui burning?
I don't think it's the president's responsibility unless, right, this is part of the ignorance that I would have, unless it's considered a state emergency and there's a criteria for when that state emergency unlocks federal funds, right? If they're like, I hate to say it, but like if there's a certain amount of people that pass or accident happen, that the feds get involved because it hit a number. I don't know if it is, but if that's the case, then I would say only in that sense. But in general, I would say no, it's on the particular state or city to deal with those actions. I don't believe the president shouldn't necessarily be involved with that personally, but I understand the politics at play.
So you're saying that it's not the president's responsibility, it's more of the responsibility, because we know that you have homeowners insurance, right? And I think it's different from my perspective because here in the state of Washington, and I'm pretty sure in California, we see a lot of fires. Like every year, it's some part of our state burning. It's like one of those things. I'm trying to understand is, so let me give you a little bit more information. What we can say is that people have died. All right. We know that we in triple digits. Let's say 100 plus people have died and 100 people can't be found. So we're talking about 200 people might be not with us anymore because of this. And now what we're seeing is that the power company is actually the one that's going to be sued. That's who the public is typically going after. They're saying that they should have knew that the storm was going to happen, and what they should have did is they should have. How did they say it? They should have turned the power off, and they should have like made it where the people don't have power just in case something like this was happening. So, do you think it is realistic that the power company could have planned for these wildfires?
I think it always comes down to the money, and somebody has to get the blame. So it kind of makes sense that they're trying to find who's because the insurance company, remember, insurance company hate paying. Let's be clear, they hate to pay, okay? And they will delay so they can make as much on that money as they can until they got to pay you out. So I do think they have to find out what's the root cause of the issue, and then assert blame. it's unfortunate because
what's the true cause? If we want to break it down, what caused the issue was natural disaster. Like it was the storm. The storm is what really caused
well,
it.
you can't. It's hard to have insurance for natural disasters. They tend to not want to insure natural disasters very much. Like they really.
I think it's a catch-22. So then you got to argue. My house did not get destroyed by the actual storm. The storm destroyed a actual. The storm destroyed a power line, and that power line is what destroyed my house, made it caught on fire. Because the storm didn't bring fire. Fire came from the storm.
It's a good point. I'm not gonna lie, that's over my head. I don't know. I don't. I think when it comes to these type of national events that become so publicized, that I think you kind of have to step in because the image of the office plays at hand and all these politics at play. So I'm fine with him stepping in. I just think that I think it's not on him to do. And so I really don't know who at blame. I don't, because natural disaster plus also issues that exist, I wouldn't know who to blame. I would have to do an extensive amount of research. And it's unfortunate to blame somebody for all this stuff that occurred, but somebody has to pay. Somebody had to go on the chopping block.
Well, it's funny because the governor of the governor, he said that they don't know who to blame either. Like he ain't taking blame. He said that it was somebody's responsibility to turn the siren on, but that person wasn't in Maui, so we don't know who to blame. Like I think what it really comes down to is sometimes it's nobody to blame. Is it unreasonable to believe that you just can't blame nobody? It is what it is.
Yeah, I think you can get to that point, but I think you still got to you have to conduct the research on it. Even like you can get to that point where it's just natural disasters, but I do think research has to be done. Insurance has to be looked at because you got to stop this from happening again. So you kind of have to do extensive research on it. But we'll see. We'll see how this play out. I really hate this particular thing because it's really the numbers exceed 100 people. I think I saw. It's a lot of people. That's a lot of people, man. It's very unfortunate. I hate situations like this. I hate situations like this.
I would say the chat says I'm wrong, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I think it's time to drop the link because obviously they are more educated on this than me. And like Aaron always say, come on up. Don't hide behind an avatar. Come on up there and have a conversation with us so we can see. We know that I'm not saying that the fire was natural. If you're listening to what I'm saying, we know that it was the power line that initiated the fire. Like I'm not electrician they hired an electrician to go in to see what the cause was the actual power line was still active when the wind hit it. That was the thing that caused it to happen. So I'm not saying that this was natural, but we do have to understand that some of these things just happen. We can't blame this thing that we just can blame people and just in a situation that people gonna get caught up is completely crazy.
Yeah, I don't really like this one. I ain't sure. I'm not sure about I haven't done enough research on it because I saw the numbers rise and I was just like, yeah, this is horrible. So, and then at first Biden was like, we sent $700. I was like, wow. I'm not gonna lie, I was like $700. Wow. But with a little bit of time transpired, that's kind of what occurred. So hold on one sec. Podcast, that's you, bro?
Yeah, it's me.
What is wrong with you?
Something wrong with that guy, bro.
Something is wrong with him. This guy.
So I did see some people. So Oprah and Dwayne Wade, right? I had to get you at least the one word. We got people up in there. But Oprah and Dwayne White, they did a $10 million fund where victims can be able to get a monthly stipend. I think it's like $1,400. So I do think that it's the responsibility of the community to take care of the community. I know we always want to run to the government, but if you live in that community, I think you do supposed to take care of the community.
So I don't know what podcast listen to back there. I don't know what he listening to. Oh man,
I ain't listening to nothing.
Okay, maybe that was either man rock and roll in the background. I don't know.
That was me yawning.
That was you yawning.
Yeah.
Hi, bro. So
see, that's y'all problem. Y'all always worrying about what gangsters doing.
Hey, I apologize. We'll get into gangsters later. So E, are you saying like they should charge the public like a fee and pay into like a pool to fix the issues in the community?
What the fuck just happened?
No, I think that certain things. So when you say a fee, you said the public. I think it should be out of the will of your own heart. I don't think I should be forced to do it, but I think it is my responsibility. Like it's my responsibility to make sure certain things, like when a business closed in my city, I feel like that was part of my responsibility to contribute to that business. So when national disaster happened, why don't we take that same look?
It's a good question. I'm not a socialist, so that's between you and podcast.
Yeah. Oh, this is bullshit. Okay, so now listen, man, let me go ahead and get to this because I don't got a lot of time. I just want to know why it is. You know what? Fuck all the monarchy. Either man, I need you to take your own advice, and I need you to say out loud, no sarcasm, no facetiousness. What don't you qualify for?
I'm not understanding your question. Can you please reword it, sir?
Yes. As it pertains to qualifying for something, where don't you qualify for something? What don't you qualify for? You said earlier in the show, I can rewind it if you need me to.
No, I'm listening.
That people need to be able to acknowledge when they just don't qualify for something or they don't qualify for someone. And I just wanted to know if you were willing to do the same thing.
Yeah. So I don't qualify for food stamps. I don't qualify for Medicaid. I also don't qualify for Section 8. I can go down the list, things people of my stature don't qualify for. I'm not complaining that they won't pay for my food. Since I understand that I don't qualify for those things, I go and do those things for myself.
Are you willing to admit that you didn't qualify for a good Black woman?
I think I qualify for what I got. I think I had options, and it was Black women in those options, and I choose what was in the best interest for me. I'm not knocking the other people that presented themselves, but I understood where I was going, and I need to find somebody who's willing to support where I was going. And my wife, the amazing Pamela Williams, was willing to support me in that endeavor.
So that's a no. See, you're a politician, right? So you think I can't hear you, but that's a no. You cannot admit that you don't qualify.
Well, right? If you're listening to what I'm saying,
I do listen. I am listening.
I had good Black women that was an option. I chose to be with the woman that I am because it was my choice.
Right. So you're saying that the Black women offered the same thing that the woman you chose offered.
I think that people are different, and I know for a fact that they all had things that was unique about them, but what was fit for my life was the woman that I chose to marry.
Right. So this, again, a great politician answer. It's just that you can't use it on people with good intellect. What you're saying is that the Black women that you did not want did not have what the woman that you chose had.
That's not what I'm saying at all. No, I think you might need to, listen to what I'm saying. I had the option of a couple different women that I felt was marriage worthy, and I put it down on a piece of paper. and what was best for me and where I was going was the woman that I chose. It had
Right.
nothing
So
to do
her race
with,
had nothing to do with it, right?
I'm not disqualifying. I'm not disqualifying that those other women could not have been wives. Matter of fact, some of them are wives now. What I am qualifying is where I was going. She wasn't quite what I needed to get to where I was going.
You're literally saying the same thing I'm saying in different words.
We're saying two totally different things because
We're not. You're saying that the black women didn't have what the woman you chose had.
You're saying
That's all you're saying. Wait, one second. Just one second. Just one second. Just one second. I just want you to 1 second, bro. Just 1 second. Please respond to what I'm saying and not what you think the reasons you think I'm saying it. And I promise you the conversation will go better.
I responded exactly what you said. You said first your statement is that you did not qualify for a good black woman.
That's not what I said.
You said talk about some of the things that you did not qualify. Is it safe to say that you did not qualify for a good black woman? You didn't say that?
Oh, that part. Yeah. Okay, my bad.
That's what I'm saying. You up here trying to play checkers and I'm playing chess. I'm telling you.
No, you're not. See, that's the point. I'm not trying to play anything. I'm trying to get you to acknowledge that right now, what you're literally saying is that the woman you chose had something that the other women didn't. That's what you're saying.
That's the definition of choosing. Yes.
Okay, so right there.
Listen, let me tell you what I'm saying. They all had their own strengths, but where I was going, my wife was the one that qualified for where I was going. If I was going into a different direction, for example, if I decided I wanted to go be on food stamps, maybe I would have chose different because I needed a different type of woman. But where I was going, I needed the woman that I got. And that's
so you're saying that those black women were the type of women that you would have needed to be on food stamps.
No, I'm saying that it's interesting that men of your caliber.
See what I'm saying? There it is. Why are you talking about men of my caliber? This is what I'm telling you.
You haven't attained getting the wife.
Answer the questions that I'm asking you and stop assuming while I'm asking them. There is a certain point that I'm trying to make. You specifically said that people ought to be able to acknowledge when they don't qualify for something. You said that, not me.
I get what you're saying.
Okay, then. So you can't personalize your responses to me when I'm just challenging you on what you said. That's it.
But your whole assessment is incorrect, and that's the point that I'm saying.
Which is what? What's my assessment?
I couldn't qualify. If you wouldn't have said that I could not qualify for a black woman, we would be having a whole different
conversation. I'm not saying that you couldn't qualify for a black woman. Right. No, I didn't. I said a good black woman. That's the difference. See, the point is that what I'm saying is this: the type of woman that you got, you didn't qualify for that in the black version. That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. But I'm not saying you didn't qualify for a black woman. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're saying out of your mouth that this woman had something that the other women didn't. That's why you chose her. That's what you're saying.
No, what I am saying is I had a group of women that I was willing to actually choose from, and my wife was the best option. I could have said none of these women. I could have tried to went out and find the idea to please other people. I'm not willing to do that. I had to choose from the women that I had, and my wife is the one that I chose. It's really that simple. Like,
okay, bro, nobody's challenging the choice you made. That's what I'm trying to get you to realize. You made a good choice.
I could have said no to all of these women and went out and found somebody else. So that's the whole point.
That's not that still doesn't change the point. I'm not challenging what you chose. Congratulations, I'm happy for you. But what I am saying is that you didn't qualify. You didn't qualify for the black version of the woman that you got.
No, I did qualify. I might just wasn't willing to wait. That's different. See, you keep saying that it wasn't an option. No, I was.
There it is.
The time that I decided I wanted to get married, I chose the woman that I wanted.
But he's
wait, Aaron. He just said I didn't want to wait. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
they walk themselves into this.
Well,
it's not
just wait. And listen, y'all can do. But what you said was you chose from the options that you had, right? And so if the options wasn't a black woman within those options, right, then what you saying effectively, then you couldn't pick from them because they didn't exist.
That's the point I'm telling you. I did have options of multiple race types of women, but what I chose was the one that I wanted to be with, the one that I felt was attractive to me.
You're missing what podcast said. Go ahead. Go. I'm gonna let y'all figure it out. I'm gonna drink some water.
That is not what he said. He literally said, I chose the one that was best suited for the route he was going on. That's what he was saying. The other ones wasn't suited for the route that he was going on. That's what he said. So that means they weren't the version of her. They weren't the black version of the Asian woman that you picked. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying the same way you just wait. You just said you didn't want wait. E, you just said you didn't want to have to wait. Bro, I'm with you. Don't have to wait. But what I'm saying is we're saying the same thing to women. We're telling them the same thing. We're telling them to acknowledge when they don't qualify for something, but then we won't do it. How does that look?
What are you talking? Why? Okay, so this is the question that I have to ask your podcast because
I'm not doing this with you.
You're not doing it with me. You didn't attack this man about his wife.
I'm not attacking him. That's the point. He's the one who said that people should be able to acknowledge when they don't qualify for something. He said that, not me.
So you just want to be heard today. So this is the thing, right?
Okay.
Like you can't tell.
I'm not doing this with you.
You can't tell either man what his options were because you weren't there. Like, it's very easy to talk about this man's wife and be like, well, she's Asian. Y'all have never had a conversation with Mrs. Williams. You don't know nothing about her. So it's really kind of low brow to be like, oh, well, you just picked the Asian woman. How you know Mrs. Williams ain't really a sister? Like, that part is crazy. Like, you can't tell somebody what that they qualify for or they don't qualify for.
I literally just sat on a panel and told the world that Raw B was probably the smartest woman in this space. And this what you're doing?
I've seen some of the women that either man has dated, and I'm going to tell you, they were really pretty black women.
Okay.
So to sit there and tell him that he couldn't qualify for a black woman, it just kind of sounds like
nobody said that.
So you actually,
you're better than this. I'm really begging you, as somebody who really respects and supports you in the space as a black woman. I'm asking you to stop. None of that was just said. You know that I did not say anything bad about his wife. I literally congratulated him on the choice. This don't got nothing to do with her. This has everything to do with the fact that we as men say things in this space. And we say it like it's supposed to be universal. But then we don't exemplify it ourselves. If you can say in this space, if you can say that people ought to be able to acknowledge when they don't qualify for something.
But listen,
then you should be able to do it too.
I got a serious question for you. So say, for example, it's 6 restaurants and I choose one. Does it mean that I don't qualify for the others?
No.
Yeah, so this idea, just because I chose one doesn't mean that I didn't qualify.
But that's not what you said, E. What you said was that it was 6 restaurants, but one of them had what you was looking for. That's what you said.
What I said was she had a little bit of everything. I didn't say that the other ones did not have it. She had a little bit of everything that was to get me to the next level.
I mean, shoot, when you go to the buffet, you go to the buffet because it got a little bit of everything. Do that mean you don't qualify to go to Red Lobster?
Y'all missing what he's saying. And I'm happy to move on, by the way. I'm happy to move on at any time. I don't care. But what he's saying is, was there a black woman that was like her as well that you had the option to pick or you didn't? And it sounds like you saying, no, there was no black woman that had those same qualifications as her. That's why I didn't pick her, because she didn't exist.
But Aaron, what he is saying is he's saying that they wasn't good women. See, his whole point of his argument He said that you can't get a good black woman. That's the words that came out of his mouth. No, I had the option to get a good black woman. I just chose different.
He did say that.
Yeah, so it'd be different if he said, hey, your wife had more things that you needed than these other women. We'll be having
Literally just said
He's
that.
trying to say that I didn't qualify. He's trying to say that I didn't qualify for a black woman. That's what made me go with the Asian.
Not what the fuck I said, man. I'm trying to be nice about it, but bruh, that's not what I said. I don't know why y'all do this shit. Do you realize this shit is recorded, bro? It's on a live. We can literally rewind the tape. And then when we rewind the tape and you hear that that's not what I said, you know what you're going to do as a grown-ass successful man? You're going to pretend like you didn't hear what the fuck you really heard. Bro, that's not what I said. And even when you pointed out that I said a good woman, I corrected myself because that wasn't what I was trying to say. I was trying to say what I reiterated, which was whatever it is, the qualities, the things that made you choose the girl you chose, you did not have that option in the black woman. You didn't. It's that fucking simple, bro. You didn't. You said it, not me. We can go by what came out of your mouth that is what was true. So that's what I'm saying. It should be that much easier for you to say, maybe I didn't qualify for it because I didn't meet
exactly. See, Aaron, see, that's the point. He said that
right, that black girl though, not any black girl. You keep making it sound like I said any black girl.
Why do you say he didn't qualify as opposed to she wasn't an option at the time? Like, because I'm like, he's saying they might have existed, but I never ran into it. Why do you say your question?
To answer your question, because that's the way he framed it. Do we need to rewind the video? The way he framed it was, you need to be able to acknowledge when you don't qualify for something. I 100% agree with that. 1000% agree with that. But again, the problem is that we too often we have people saying shit and acting like it applies to everybody but them. It applies to you too. You again, this is I'm just going off what he said. I ain't making up nothing. Everything I'm going off of is what he said. Even down to the fact that she had what I needed to move forward with what I was trying to do. That means the other girls didn't.
Get him up out of here. Like that's what I'm saying.
Literally what that means.
He dancing like you see the super chat. He's dancing around.
What's the super chat say?
Huh?
Read the super chat. I don't know what it says.
His first
question was,
go ahead,
what don't you qualify for? Followed by, so you didn't qualify for a good black woman? I means I.
And I corrected that. I said not good, but exactly what he got with the woman that he chose. Because that's what I was trying to ask.
But
so
you still doubled down and said you didn't qualify for a good black woman in your last statement. Aaron,
no, I doubled down saying that you didn't qualify for the good black woman that's the like equivalent to the one that you have. Let's say the woman that you have is a 99 out of a 100. I'm saying you might have had some 90s. You might have had some 92s, but you didn't have the 99 in the black body. That's all I'm saying.
But this is the thing, right? Hold on, either man.
Because you said it. You said she had what I needed to go forward. That's what you said. You said the difference between the woman you chose and those black women was that the woman you chose had what you needed to move forward with your plan. They didn't.
So
you said that.
This is the thing. I think what you're not missing in what you're saying, which I find to be so uniquely interesting, is either man qualifies for a certain caliber of woman, which means any woman with the same traits as his wife, regardless of the race that she is, he's qualified for. He just happened to choose the woman he chose, and she just happens to be a really nice, lovely woman. Like, not for nothing. I just think that y'all be way to the left when y'all pull her in the conversation, especially because she's not on social media. And because I have a personal relationship with her, it hits a little different. Like, y'all bugging.
Jesus is the strength of my life.
Y'all bugging right now.
It's not
If she
bugging
was
because you're
brown,
not
if she was
talking
light,
about her,
if she
Robbie.
was
You're
thick-
pulling her in the conversation. We're
No,
not
you're
talking
pulling her
about
in
her.
the conversation.
No, I'm not. I'm talking
because-
about him.
No, you're talking about what he qualifies for. The part that
Yes.
you're not missing is he qualified for her, irregardless.
No, that's not
of
what he
whatever
said.
race. Okay.
That's not what he said. He said he chose her. He didn't say he qualified for her. He said he chose her.
And he chose her because he was qualified. You could go choose a Bugatti today. You're not driving it off the lot if your credit ain't worthy.
There you go. So that's what I'm saying. This ain't about his wife at all. Congratulations, bro. Nobody cares. Like that's good. Too many people I know is like that don't got anything to do with it. We're talking about specifically.
Either man with a black woman. Is that what it is?
No, what I want either man to do is be able to get them and say he don't qualify for what he don't qualify for. The same thing he want everybody else to be able to do.
1 second, podcast. I got to make sure that's Callie Bev because she out in these streets. So I'm not sure if she out in the streets right now.
You know, it's me. I'm out in these streets.
Drive-bys.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter what, like people, because you think somebody doing something, if a motherfucker is telling you that that's not what they doing, just accept that. That's what I'm saying. He, by his own standard, he said he chose the woman who had what he needed to move forward with his plan. That means the other girls didn't.
Listen,
That's
this is
logical.
what podcasts do. But podcast, what podcasts
And here we go with
do,
what podcasts do.
Podcast
I
said,
hate
I'm not
y'all, bro.
saying
I swear to
something,
God.
and then he repeated exactly the same thing that he was saying. Like you said, I'm not.
So when I corrected myself after you said that don't matter.
Still repeated it again.
Yes, as it pertains to the woman that you have, E. I'm saying I said all the qualifications that the woman you have. I said
why
that.
is this man so obsessed with who Emmanuel Williams is in the bed with? Like
This don't got shit to do with that. This don't got shit to do with that. This don't got shit to do with that.
Excuse me, sir.
This don't got shit to do with that. It got everything to do with what you don't qualify for. That's what it has. You could try to change it and spin the narrative all you want to. I know the goofy shit you all do. It work over here. That's fine. I got my own time. It ain't gonna work over there.
I think
you know exactly what I'm saying.
I think he used a sensitive example, but the overall point was the fact that you're quick to tell other people what they do and don't qualify for, but you still can't even do that for yourself. That's basically what podcast point is.
So, Callie, how can we quantify what I qualify and what I don't qualify for?
It's not about we, it's about you.
No,
you can't do it.
See, no, if you listen,
facts,
Callie, if you say I do not qualify for something, you got to prove that I don't qualify for it, right?
But we're not saying he's not saying he's doing the qualifying. He's asking you to do it. You quick, no, because you're quick to do it to everyone else. But when we ask you, what do you not qualify for? You name some old stupid shit like food stamps and Section 8.
So I did qualify. I said I had options of black women, and I could have chose, but I chose my wife because she's amazing. Now I don't have to go in some full diatribe.
Okay, so what don't you qualify for? No, what don't you qualify for? That was the question.
I don't qualify for. I don't qualify for food stamps. I don't qualify.
Well, nigga, that's okay. Stop. No, that's a dumbass answer. That's a dumbass answer. No, that's a dumbass answer because 75% of the people on this that's watching this live right now and on this panel do not qualify for that shit neither. Come on, let's give a real example. Because you were being facetious when you said that. You weren't serious, and you know that.
See, what it really comes down to is those are the things that I do not qualify for.
Can you give a real example? Can you give a real example?
I'm going to give you a real example. I don't qualify for the Olympics. I don't qualify to play in the NFL. I don't qualify to play in the NBA. These are things that I don't qualify for. The thing is, I'm not saying something that's pleasing to y'all feelings. That's what it really comes down to. Y'all are mad that I'm not allowing you guys to be able to force me in the corner to say what you want me to say. Tell me what I don't qualify
don't have
for. The
to,
things
though.
that I'm telling you guys that I don't qualify, you saying those are not realistic examples. It's completely BS.
Well, I let you say it. I didn't challenge you on it. It is what it is. Bro, at the end of the day, you stated everything I needed you to say to prove that what I believed was true. But I would, like Callie Bev just said, I was just trying to get you to do it because you telling other people to do it, which I 1,000% agree with you that delusion is a big problem in the Black community. I am 1,000% with you on that, right? And we all know that it probably affects the women a little more than it affects the men because we get way more reality checks from a younger age. But bruh, I'm just saying, we as men, we sit on these panels and we try to say, yo, this is what you need to do. And ladies, this is what you need to do. And then we don't do it as an example.
And so
we don't actually show the example of what that looks like, bruh. At the end of the day,
exactly what we do. See, people on these panels try to manipulate people to say what they want to say. Like these ideas that a podcast can tell me, like he still haven't told me what he feels that I don't qualify for. Everything.
Yes, I did. I already told you that. You're pretending that I didn't say it.
The things that he said I didn't qualify, I quantified. Said, hey, I did qualify for it. And then you come to this point and you say, well, I don't believe you. Okay.
Yes, because you didn't actually say that either, man. You literally stated that the woman you chose. Hold on, E. You literally stated that the woman you chose had the thing you needed to move forward, which means the other girls didn't. That's what you said. That's not me making that up.
That's not a qualification. So this,
I'm not.
No,
Jesus is the strength of my life.
You have 5 options to choose from. Let's say we give you 5 different options to choose from, right? That means that out of those 5 options, all 5 of those people qualify for you, right? You qualify for it. This idea that you choose the best, because we know human beings are not the same. This idea that I choose my best option doesn't mean that it wasn't an option for me out there outside of those 5 people. That's completely crazy. It's a bad analogy that I chose, that I wanted these 5. Does not mean that it was nobody else I could have chose for.
That's okay. Here's the point. Now, see, well, I'm going to show you the difference between me and you. What you just said right now, great, excellent point. I have no rebuttal for it. I literally concede to that point. The problem is that it's coming now after you already stated that she had what they didn't. So that literally still, no matter how much you don't like it, what that leaves the door open for. And by the way, you also said you didn't want to wait around. You didn't want to have to wait, which meant you did not necessarily have in front of you as a choice a Black version of the wife that you actually chose. And you didn't want to have to wait around for that. Nobody's saying you had to. Congratulations on having a family and being out the way in this country. I'm happy for you. But by definition, by default, the things that you're saying is that there is another level of Black woman that you did not meet. And I'm saying it's okay to acknowledge that maybe you didn't qualify for it. I'm not even saying that you didn't. Wait. I'm almost through, E. I'm saying, as a person who likes to go back and forth with you, you didn't qualify for it. I'm doing that. But I'm not telling you like you didn't qualify for it. I'm trying to see if you would just admit it.
See, but that's the part.
This is the thing, though, gentlemen. Y'all doing a lot, right? At the end of the day, if either man William tells you that, not you, not Aaron that's my baby. Y'all leave him alone. Now, if either man William tell you you don't qualify for something, you know good and well you qualify for something. Who cares what he say? If podcasts tell you you don't qualify something, you do for something you know you do. Who cares? What are we doing here? We really having this level, this deep of an argument in a conversation? Y'all really going back and forth about who qualified for what? Is your penis getting wet every day? Either man, it sure is. Podcast, is your penis getting wet every day? I'm hoping that it is too. This is the best thing y'all got to talk about. I know. Y'all mama raised y'all better than this.
So again, because either man is the one who brung it up, I just challenged them on it. That's it. It is
So
what it is.
what it
It's
really
not like
comes
it's
down to,
like a really big deal.
it was what it was a mood point. It was a mood point to say what I can and cannot qualify. He can't even quantify, to prove it. He just telling me what he feels. So he feel based off his feelings what I qualify, what I don't. And to Rob B point, it really doesn't matter because this the same dudes who trying to convince Black women to do certain things. Like, hey, Black women, you need to do this and you need to do this. I don't have to convince my wife to do anything because she's naturally that person. I chose her because she was the best person for my life. Point blank, period. Had nothing to do with color. This I did that. I based my decision.
This is what I'm saying.
You
got all that money, and this is the disingenuous level that you have, bro.
I'll let you land, podcast. Now you need to let me land. So the point that I'm saying is that I didn't ask myself, do I want a Black woman or a white woman or an Asian woman? I said, who is going to be the best person for me? I don't care what color her skin is. That's why y'all relationships don't last because it's so shallow. Y'all relationship is so shallow that you so caught up in a person's skin color.
Okay, let me get to the super chats. Either man, you tap dancing and trying to argue. Okay, so this it says you qualify for anyone willing to deal with you. Now shut up and move on.
Shout out to Stanisha, bro.
So the question I do want to ask Rob B. So
That's
Rob
a great
B,
point.
do you truthfully and honestly believe that the government, Biden should get involved with what's going on in Maui?
What? That's the way y'all done fighting.
So what I'm asking is that a president problem on what's going on in Maui?
Of course, it's part of the contiguous United States of America. Why wouldn't it be?
So when you say that he should, so we know, so you know the money that he sent over, right? Are you tracking that?
I'm not.
You really don't
The
care.
whole thing is going down in a blaze of glory. Let the mother sucker burn. I don't give a shit. Like, I mean, let the bitch burn. I don't care.
She's right, either man. We just gonna move on. We'll revisit a
This
different
shit
time.
crazy.
We'll revisit a different time because they don't care. They don't care. I know, but they don't
Shout
care.
out to $1,400 a month though. Somebody said it was $700.
Whatever the amount is, they pay people in Alaska a whole bunch of money to live there too. Now y'all hating. Y'all want everybody to get a check. Everybody got a check. It was cool. Kool-Aid fever. Okay, everybody got checks on Kool-Aid fever. Everybody stole extra money with their PPP loans. I hope all y'all niggas go to jail. But yeah, them people are in a crisis. Okay, if they
Now
need
you hating.
assistance, they're citizens of the United States.
So
damn, Denise has to decline that motherfucker.
So Rob, let me ask you a question. So do you believe that parenthood right now, do you believe that parenthood is attacked? And do you believe as a whole, as American population, are we doing good or are we doing bad?
Oh no, hell no. Parents are crappy. They ain't doing nothing with these damn kids. They letting these kids, they letting the inmates run the asylum. Hell.
As they should.
Well, let me get into this next topic here, either man, and I want your thoughts on it first, okay?
As a mixed race woman, you sound like you identify more in one way or the other. Is that true or no?
I identify myself as a Black woman.
Yeah.
My mother is Black. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I like how you say it, Black.
Oh, yeah, I mean, because I feel
Black.
like my mother is a strong
That's
woman.
right. That's right.
I have seen and have felt, and my mother is dark skinned. I have seen and felt her struggles as being a Black woman. And so to me, of course my dad is white, but I am an extension of my mother.
That's right.
So yes, I am mixed race, but it's how I identify myself. And I identify myself as a Black woman. That is how I've been viewed, how I've been seen. And I remember studying in school the single drop of black blood.
Right.
You black.
You black. Right. That's how we were raised.
That's how we were raised.
That's right.
And so that's how I consider myself. And I just feel like that is my purpose, like I was saying, and my passion in life is to be that representation for my community of diverse women and Black women.
Right.
So, so my thought is that I think we give too much focus on the color of skin. I think culture is more influential than the color of your skin. I see people that are Black who, if you heard them talking, you was blind, you would think that they was white because they have a culture that's mostly for white people. So I get that we try to get caught up in the color of the skin, but I think the culture matters more. So I think what I was hearing her saying is that she have embraced more of the Black culture than the white culture.
Podcast, is that what you heard her say?
I was typing a message, my bad. I didn't hear what Edie Man said, but I mean, the only thing I can really pull away from what she said is just that, you know, she identifies as Black based on her mom, which is odd. Well, it's not really odd. Let me not say it's odd, but it's usually like the father, I thought, is how people mostly determined whether or not, you know what I'm saying, the kid was white or Black. But I just think for her, it's been a benefit. And she looks like a Black woman. It wouldn't even make any sense for her to try to say that she's white. Like, that wouldn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? But I have been struggling with this lately. The super duper, like, you know, what's the boy name play basketball? Klay Thompson, the Patrick Mahomes, all these people that are labeled as Black. I don't know, man. I feel like it's problematic, or at least that we need to have a real discussion about it. I mean, it's just visually, it's something problematic about saying that Patrick Mahomes is Black, but so is Idris Elba. I think it's problematic.
Robbie?
Whoever said the one drop rule don't exist, yeah, y'all tripping. It surely do. To podcast saying that, you know, however light somebody is, that don't make them Black. You know, there's like, I think it's either 4 or 6 presidents of the United States of America that history has discovered are in fact Black. What do you think it was to be an octoroon or a quadroon that in fact was the ability to pass as white because you were so mixed in with the race? People are Black. That's all. Like, y'all want to get caught up in these racial tropes. You want to believe that race is like some genetic anomaly when really it's a social construct, because we're all part of like the human race and the delineations are just for social demographics. But however people want to present is however they want to present. However, whatever your mama is, when you come out of her vagina, that's the race that they put on your birth certificate. Period, poo. It doesn't have anything to do with your dad, especially if your father isn't there. So what are we talking about here again? Yes, her mama Black, so she Black.
Okay. All right. So I just want to, wait, hold on, guys. I got it. So I just wanted to make sure I identify. So either man said color don't matter. I'm writing that down. And Robbie says whatever you come out your mom is what they're gonna label you as. Now, it's interesting, right? She takes a level of pride in being Black because her mother is Black. She takes no level of pride in her father and his ethnicity. She made that very clear. I don't know if you interpret it differently, but that's how I interpret it, right? Now, that speaks to 2 things. Maybe if your children don't take it as a level of pride, maybe a man shouldn't take their children as a level of pride. it can actually get to a level of petty like that if we discuss on the dynamics of how the world is working, right? And there's a reason why I highlight that. Let me ask you guys this question, right? If you have a child, either man, does your child have to listen to you and do what you say just because they're your child, or do you have to, or do you have to earn the right to tell your child what to do?
I think it depends on the age. Age make a difference. So
okay, give me the age at which your child got to do what you say just because you're the parent.
I think from 0 to 5, the child should do what you say if it's not breaking the law. It is a caveat of the law.
0 to 5. Podcast. You think your child should do what you say because you say so? Or should you have to earn the right for your child to listen to you?
You're saying child, so you're talking about non-adult.
That's correct, sir.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, I believe my child should listen to me because I'm their parent.
Okay, got you. And you don't have to earn it just because you're the parent. That's good enough. You don't have to earn it.
What do you mean by that?
I know you know what it means. So like,
no, because if I'm a present parent, I am earning it.
Listen, sir. I did not. So you saying you should? Then you have to earn it. Then
no.
Okay, I'm trying to get an understanding.
No, I don't have to earn it.
Okay, thank you, Raw B.
If I almost died on the living room table. Them kids is finna listen to me because they finna listen to me. Period.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I just want to get a baseline, and because that's important. Now, I listened to what Tiamari said, and I'm gonna be honest, as a man, as a person to potentially be a father, it's a little offensive, but it's fair. You know, it's my mom. I embody what my mom is. Forget what my dad is. It actually is bad for interracial coupling if that's how it's taken. And I've kind of covered it before, where it seems like that team that takes precedence over it of being, black, if you have one drop rule, which was given to us, not something that we actually choose, and then we reject things that were given to us and then redecide with it, right? So I guess we're just picking if and when, right? So
but Aaron, my question to you is, why can't you be both? Why do you have to be one or the other? Like, what I see is a population of young people identifying as mulatto people, like people that are mixed. Like, why do I have to say?
Yes, that's it. They can, but I just wanted to point out something real quick, and I apologize for the interruption. This person that's on my screen, would y'all say this is a black man or a white man?
That beard is black. You see that beard? He got the same beard Aaron got.
It's a little tough to see the picture like in depthly.
You can put it on Summer Jam if you want to.
Okay, I could try that. You're right. Let me try that. Hold on. Dang, this is a tough question.
Look at that nose. That's a black man.
Chat, you too.
Oh yeah, let me make sure the chat can see it. Let me keep it up there for a little bit longer. See what the chat say.
Is this a white man or a black man, ladies and gentlemen?
Look at that nose. I don't know no white man with no nose like that.
Yeah, I would say just like ostensibly, like it looks like a white man to me. I can see some features where he obviously could be mixed based on some strong features, but just in that picture, look like a white man to me.
So for those of y'all that don't know, allow me to give you a little history. That is Walter Francis White. He is the first president of the NAACP. He literally helped the advancement of the civil rights movement by passing as white. And there were several times when he was found out to be a Negro that he was almost deleted while he was championing our cause. The purpose of this exercise is stop assuming because people have light skin what race they are, because you really just don't know. I'll be quiet.
I mean, that is a black and white picture. It ain't really help us with that, but okay.
That shit don't matter no way.
He was from how many years ago? I think that picture was from like 1926.
It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm just saying reasonably so. Reasonably
So Aaron.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Grumpy, why you put on my great grandfather?
Because, honey, that's part of the family, part of the crew, part of the
That
shit.
man look just like my great grandfather.
Yeah, way. Y'all better stop. Black come in all shades. Black people are the only people that can make somebody that actually has created the darkest skin and the whitest skin. Both come from the same tribe in
I had to
Africa.
take a double look at that picture.
Y'all
I'm just
white.
saying, but like,
So Aaron,
I think we should get away from trying to identify as a color, as black.
You can't hold on real quick, E.
Yes, sir.
Aaron, you contact the rental company place and you say, hey, I want to rent a car. Or you contact the car dealership and say, hey, I want to buy a car. I don't care what car it is, but it needs to be black. And they pull up with this. Are you going to accept that?
Me personally.
Now he gonna sit there and compare cars to people.
So see what I'm saying? Like you said, they won't let me get through my exercise. You see how when she was doing her exercise?
The short answer is I would accept it, but based upon my requirements, I should reject it because I told him not to send me that.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is to me, it's confusing. What we want to do is we want to make everybody black when it's convenient. A black man says, whoo, these Puerto Rican women sure look good. You know what they say? Puerto Rican ain't nothing but black, landing on a different island. You know what? The white man ain't nothing but a black man who was genetically altered due to living in the cold mountains for a long time. His hair grew long, his nose got thin. So if that's the case, everybody black.
What?
Yeah, this is my point. This is the type of stuff that people do.
First of all, to your point,
Everybody is black.
talking about Hispanics and Spaniards, right? There are Afro Latinos and then there are Caucasoid Latinos. These are facts. Even when you go to fill out applications, what do you see when it is in the delineation of this race archetype that they want you to fall in alignment with? Black of Hispanic origin, white of Hispanic origin, because those things actually exist. Yes, some Tainos, some Puerto Ricans, some Cubanos, some Brazilians, they do have Afro in them, just like there are Afro Asians, and there are also like Aborigines in Australia. There's like, you know what I'm saying, black everywhere. So what exactly, why is that a confusing concept for you?
Because it's not black. Black is an American construct.
Well, do you think that both of these people on my screen are not black? Because they are. But they are. But they are.
Yeah, they're really not.
But they really are.
All right, guys, let's come on now. Come on. Now.
I think what it really comes down to is that I think we fell for the trick. The trick was for us to get caught up in color. Like when we look at the big picture of things, the color doesn't matter. Like it's not going to be a situation where you feel like the color of your skin is going to stop you from being successful or it's going to contribute to that in any way. I think we should have just stopped talking about color altogether.
So either man, okay, fair enough. I want to show you this other video here. And I would like to hear your thoughts on it.
Yes, ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Gang, gang. Well, I think that means we should announce the nominees for Streamer of the Year. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Yeah. So,
what did you say? Did you say is she an animal? Let me shut up.
I think she's doing what she was paid to do. They told her, "Hey, we'll pay you to act like this," and she accepted the bribe. Like this idea that when we look at people doing things, it's crazy because we talked about OnlyFans, right? People are willing to do some crazy things for money. and it's not just black people. It's not point out to a color. I can show you 1,000 videos of white people doing that, black people doing that. Guess what? When money is involved, people's willing to do things to prove a point.
So, but the point is, I don't have a point, but they're saying they had no idea that was her, because on the stage, she is a brown, darker complexion woman. However, when she's performing or whatever the case is, she is a light-skinned woman. And either man, you saying it don't matter no matter what, right?
Yeah, I'm saying it doesn't matter. Like, the idea that she can put on makeup to make herself lighter, or she can put on makeup to make her, just wear her natural color to make herself darker. Those things don't really matter. I think she would have been successful as a dark-skinned woman, just like she was successful as a light-skinned. Like, I think we don't actually put credit into the work. It's not that you light-skinned that Aaron is successful. Aaron is successful because day after day he put in the work. If he was dark-skinned, he still would be successful. Like, this idea is like, well, whatever color he is, he would be successful. The color of his skin, you can outwork your situation or the color of your skin any day. And I'm a strong advocate of that.
So this is the thing with this little girl right here. Now, first of all the black people in the building that are content creators know for a fact, if you put your lighting too close to you, it's going to wash out your color. That's number one. So if you have a ring light on your face, you're going to look a couple of shades lighter than you actually are. Number two, it's summertime, bitches. You think that girl ain't been outside on somebody's beach, booty, butt cheek, naked, getting burnt crispy in the sun? It happens. And if she is bleaching the skin or whatever she's doing, who cares? That little girl smoked weed and apparently barks in the damn microphone. I'm not pressed about that. You're pressed about that.
Shit.
I just think, Robbie, a lot of women, if you gave them enough money and go on that stage, they would have acted the exact same way. And I get that they might have a narrative that they push out, but I don't see. When people do certain things for money, I just think that they're driven by money.
And at the end of the day, who is talking about excuses? You talking to a black woman whose color changes throughout the year. I was just telling the girls the other day about their foundation. As a woman of color, you have to have a whole array of foundations in a multitude of colors above and below your natural born skin complexion, because in the wintertime, you're going to look washed out and extra white. And in the summertime, God willing, if you outside letting your melanin pop, you're going to get a little bit darker. I remember there was one time one of these YouTubers on the YouTube show was like, oh, what's going on with her? Because she's gotten so much darker. Meanwhile, that whole summer, I was outside every day in 105-degree sun. Baby, I was darker than Skim Likely. No shade, Skim, because, you know, I like your skin too. But when I have the light all in my face, sometimes I look real yellow.
Fair enough.
Either man, can I crack a joke on
you? Yeah, you can do what you want, bro.
Is it possible that you didn't qualify for a polo that can button all the way up to the top?
You late.
I'm just cool. Like, I really don't like you show us that thing.
It's just a joke because I remember y'all was talking about it earlier and y'all laughed about it.
Like, but look, just think about it though. I've been asking this question is typically when people ain't got nothing going on in their life, they focus on other people. The reason
what makes you think that? I don't know why y'all think that. Just because a person does not have money or isn't making as much money as you think they should be making, don't mean they don't have nothing going on in their life. Because if that's the case, a lot of you niggas' wives don't have nothing going on in your life because y'all swear up and down they don't have to work. So
let me ask you a question.
What to do with it, nigga? You can crack jokes on me though. That's just not a joke. That's personal. See how I cracked the joke on your shirt? You trying to make it personal? You got more money than me, but I promise you, Eda, man, I look better than you. Every day of the fucking week, I look better than you. It's not even.
I don't know. You look better than Aaron, and Aaron said he wanted.
It's not even close. That money.
The one question I asked is,
let's go to the club right now.
That's how I look. Like,
let's go to the club right now.
Like, are you attracted to me or something? Like, why do you keep in that jail for too long? Because you keep talking about how good I look. I have never
Look,
seen a man.
hey, that's not fair. You didn't have to do that. That's not
I'm just
fair.
asking, like, why do a married man, do you care so much about how he looks?
Bro,
you think I look good?
Listen. I can see. You won, bro. You ain't gonna joke back. That's the problem. You need to joke
we got
back.
some concession here, so I like to shift forward. James says, question for the panel: do y'all consider Ethiopians, Eritreans, Somalians,
yes,
and
Arabs, Sudanese as black, like the late Nipsey Hussle? I'm gonna have to move this.
No,
so I don't consider nobody as black. Like, if we understand the color black, I don't think people are black. I don't think people are
James
white.
Laz gave $2 and said, mixed people are not black to me.
Shout out to James.
Because the same people who say that people are not black enough, if we go back far enough in their heritage, guess what? It's somebody that done got in there. If it was a white man or somebody done got in there and tapped that. So like this idea that we have fully black people is completely crazy to me. Like, I think it's a way to keep people to focus on things that doesn't matter. And race, I believe, does not matter. I see a lot of dark-skinned people that's really getting to the bag, and the race ain't stopping them. It's either you got the people that win, you got the people that lose, and some people just lazy. That's why they're not getting to the bag.
Now, that's not why they're not getting to the bag either.
This nigga is a piece of shit.
There's many reasons. Now, this here right here, some guy named Finesse 2 times. He has a 10-year-old artist. King attends virtual. Check him out while he attends class.
Okay, we're gonna start with that. Keon, can you please arrive at class? Or are you sick? Why are you in there? You look like you're in the bed. You okay? Huh?
I'm in class. You want me to get up?
You are funny. Okay.
I'm up.
Yes.
I'm up.
Okay. I want you to just take a few minutes to look over any Spanish notes that you have. Okay, 5 minutes study time.
Spanish notes? Shout out to my boy.
It's Spanish class. Yeah. You should have something Spanish to review for 5 minutes.
She ain't no. I'm just playing. I'm gonna get back in class on the
Hey, hola. Don't say.
Does his father have the bag?
Yes. I'm mad y'all don't know who Finesse 2 times.
Shout out to your dad having the bag.
I would say that's his fault. His daddy's fault. His daddy to let him go on that way and not correct that type of behavior. I blame his father, especially since his father in the picture. We clearly seen it.
But his daddy got the bag.
I'm gonna say blame the women's.
But his daddy got the bag.
I'm gonna blame single moms in the city that he lives in.
Reese Anderson. Oh
no, go ahead, Robbie.
Reese Anderson with the $4.99 super chat. Bro, 99% of black people in Africa are 100% African genetically. There are tons of fully black people. Not everyone has been tainted by slavery.
You know the crazy. Keep that up. Put it back up for me, Aaron.
Good work, Robbie.
The problem with this whole thing,
a challenge.
Africans don't call themselves black. It's an American saying. You don't go to African and they say we're black. They say I am Nigerian. I am whatever culture that they identify.
Well, I have spoke to a bunch of Africans and they do say that they identify as black. Now I could be wrong, but I've been told.
I got a question.
By Africans that they do identify. Now they might not walk around saying it in the way they do, but they accept that they are black, from what I understand.
Hey, let me get some Africans in the chat. Hold on, Africans in the chat. If you say that you are black and you not identify with your culture, put a 1. So 1 say that you identify with black. 2 say that you identify with the actual region that you're from. I don't think that at masses people, because he's not talking about Africans that's in American. He went back to the African country. So the African people saying, yeah, I'm black. No, they say I'm Nigerian.
Which was my question to you, Aaron, that these Africans that you're talking about, were they here or were they in Africa?
Oh my God, African. You know what? Nope, because I said I'm not.
I don't have a strong thought or care.
No, I'm just saying that you said the Africans that you talked to said that they claim black. I'm saying
they are here, but they're from there. They were born there.
Okay, but they're saying something.
It's American. Y'all.
Listen,
y'all wrong. Y'all wrong.
Me.
That's just like a nigga over here talking about African booty scratcher, but then he go visit the motherland and it's I'm home, my African brothers and sisters. So that's what it is.
Okay, I can.
People be trying to fit in. LeGarry with the 499 says finesse 2 times is a horrible reflection on his son. He be acting up on IG all the time, but he got the bag.
You said his name wrong. It's finesse 2 times. Okay.
I don't listen to these people, so I don't know none of his music, but if that's what he...
Yes, you do.
I don't know who these people are.
You know that song, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. No. Fuck them. Birds of a feather.
I said, bro 45, he said that he's black. He said that he's Nigerian. He's not black. Bro 45 said he support my point, Aaron.
Then you're not black, you white.
You said what, E?
I said, bro 45 said, I'm Nigerian. I am not black. Most of the Africans I know, they actually identify with their culture or where they're from.
Okay. Look, listen, I ain't losing no sleep either way. But if they not black, they not black.
Where did I hear that before?
You know what? You're right. Thank you, Judge Zilla. Thank you, Judge Zilla, for being a real one in the chat. Judge Zilla says black, negros, negro, Spanish, Portuguese did not start as an American concept, but that is just facts. Continue to use emotional arguments.
I want you to listen to this non-strict parent, okay? As we move forward in the program.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be asking my non-strict mom hypothetical questions. Okay, wait, you can't look at this. You can't look at this. Okay. The first question is, what would you do if I snuck out? And you have to answer these like genuinely, what would you do?
But snuck out where? Like what?
Like snuck out to a party.
But you already go to parties.
What would you do if I got in a fist fight?
You better run. Like just run. That's all I can say.
Because I couldn't keep up?
No. You have to get your brother or something. Like,
damn. I already know you're gonna hate this one. I already know. What would you do if I cussed at you in an argument?
Yeah. Your car would be gone.
Don't cuss at your parents. Don't cuss at your parents. Okay. However, sometimes people cuss at their parents. I recommend against it, but sometimes they do. And it seems to me, I could be wrong, but let me close that off here.
Scam be stupid.
Scam is a little bit, he's Scam. His name is Scam, right? But we know that this child here curses at their parents. You familiar with this child here?
But I know it's about to take a turn. Go on ahead. Let it go.
Oh, nigga could.
I don't even know what that means.
Listen. I'm a little girl.
Dog, you all that girl said was you be busy. I'm taking all my wheel in the moon. I'm taking all my shit in the moon. You call my daughter a bitch? Tell that bitch I'm taking all my wheel in the moon. You call my daughter a bitch? I'm a black fucking eye when I see. I wish you would put your hands on my eye. It's not a hustle for y'all. And we're very thankful. The video says you're busy. That's all it says. What does it? You ain't do nothing to my brother, huh? I'm gonna see if you can swim like your. You ain't do nothing to my brother. You ain't do nothing to my brother. You ain't do nothing to him. Breathe like you. You ain't do nothing to him. Crazy mama hope. You ain't do nothing to him.
13 and you talk like I'm 16. Listen to
I'm
This what I
removing
tell you is up.
It don't.
Why? No, I
Now
wanna
listen to
know
this.
What did you tell her? Put a bag on you. Why?
And I always talk about doing something to somebody else.
I didn't tell nobody to dish you. What did you talking about? What did you tell Tori? Cause she crying.
Hold up, she pulling it up. Yeah, you gotta bring old stuff out. Like,
I
come on.
just want to let you know I'm gonna see if you can swim. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that. That girl ain't dog you out. All that girl said was you be busy. I'm taking out my wheel in the morning.
Take it from me. Come on now.
You call my daughter.
Wait, Mom, pause it. Pause it, Mom, real quick.
Taking out my wheel.
When I was 15, I had a big old block party. Everybody in BR could vouch. I had a big old block party. This man gave me a big old stack of money.
5 bands.
He gave me a big old stack of money, y'all. Guess what? Soon as everybody left, guess what? He got that bag, put that in a bank account. I couldn't even use it. Come on now. I've been getting stuff took from him. So y'all instead of saying, you gonna miss out, you gonna miss out. If that mean I've been missing out. Come on now. He broke my heart before a nigga could.
Interesting.
Well,
wait a minute. Aaron, does her father got the bag?
I believe he even has a bag. Me personally, I don't think rappers like Boosie. His money, in my opinion, I don't know. I mean, I know he get money, but I would say he's probably not as rich as they say he is.
It's okay to say he got the bag.
Yeah, I say he got the bag.
It's still in a sense of thing.
A lot of these rappers be more broke than y'all actually know. That's why. That's the only reason I say that.
I'm definitely starting to sense the
high value man, Aaron. Stop playing with it. He makes over $100K a year. He's a high value man.
So if we talk about it, first of all, I don't think a child should ever disrespect their parents, right? Like when you say disrespect, like we had a conversation, we was talking about checking versus disrespect. You could check someone or address someone without being disrespectful. So this idea that I just think your days are numbered when you start disrespecting.
Well, before you go off, there's a second video in which she was saying it. I want you to get the full context of the things that she screams out loud, okay? Just so you understand, okay?
The whole point was about him not being a father. But y'all want to pick out the list of. Never been there for me mentally. Anytime I felt happiness from this man, it was temporary. Very temporary. He bumped it down real quick. I can say a lot. I'm really limiting my talking. I can say a lot.
Tell him why you really left him up there.
Yeah. First of all, I talked to him. I'm like, I'm moving. I've been telling him I'm moving to Houston. Been telling him. So boom, at the time I had my car, I was doing the transportation. I had to drive up here with my mama. And because she had a bad car accident. What's that hard to understand?
Like I was really in a wheelchair.
And then on top of that, we got into it like at least 2 to 3 days before. You know, he told me and my mama. No, he said yes, he did. And my mama. But when we really started getting into it, when he was like, I don't give a fuck about your mama being in no car wreck. Because I wanted to go home and help my mama. And who I went home. What y'all want me to do? Be a yes man? Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to go home and help my mom who almost died in a car wreck. Who was there for me when you was locked up in Angola. It's Lord's over anything with me. I swear to God. Lord's over. I'm trying to see if it's so done. Why I keep talking about it? You still man. The whole point was about him not being a father.
Yeah, I just think that she's ungrateful. I hear these arguments all the time that, hey, you know, my father's not emotionally there for me, but he take care of your mama, so your mama can be there emotionally for you. I think this idea that I don't think we really give fathers the credit of creating the safe space that they do, so that her mama can go to all her sports events. Her mama can do a lot of different things. Sometimes as men, we have to create a space where the woman can do more because we got to go out and make some things happen. So I don't like ungrateful kids. I think is a horrible take on her, and especially for her, she purposely recorded it and tried to, you know, put a bad name out on her father. And I just think that's crazy.
I think what E-Man said is absolute dust.
Thank you, Scam.
Absolute, beyond dust. Down to dirt without even water spilt on it.
Facts.
The girl is telling you what she needed,
Mhm.
and father said you ain't getting that. Therefore, it has an effect on the kid. But you got parents who don't want to be parents. They want to do what they want to do and say, "Well, I gave you a paycheck." Try to buy parenthood, or just do what they want to do and put them in whatever situation. You don't get to pick your kids' personalities. You're supposed to adapt to them and provide the environment for them to thrive based on who they are and who they're going to be, and then shape them.
Are you familiar with her?
Right, Scam.
Who created her?
He got the bag.
So you saying that since he created her, and even though that she don't stay with him, he's responsible how she.
Who created that environment and why she doesn't stay with him in the first
mother.
place?
Her mother.
No, he did.
Oh, blame the women. Here we go. Blame the women.
Her mother.
No, he did.
No, because he got them. Because I know he got all the money in the world. She was the only woman left he could pick to have kids with, right? She was the only one left.
The point that I'm asking is, I've heard you countless times talk about the system is not fair when it comes down to custody.
You'll never hear me say that.
What?
Did he just say that and put that on my name?
You never said hello. I want to make sure I heard you correctly. So you never spoke on the child support system. We hear you. You said that you never spoke on the child support system or the custody system.
Chat. What do I say when it comes to the system?
Tell
me. Has anybody ever heard me crying about a system?
Let's not get sidetracked. If you never said it, you never said it.
Ever.
He got the bag.
All right. So Laguerre says Boosie's daughter is grown and ungrateful. T.O. says she been online talking crazy about him for months. So
go ahead.
Go ahead, Robbie.
I'll wait. No, I can wait. I'm sorry. That was rude.
Oh no, it's not rude at all. You know,
Robbie, good job with the super chats with the animation.
Thank you.
The trolls are pleased.
Yes. But this is the thing, right? Y'all just heard this man say, "Fuck that little bitch. I'm taking out my will." She's telling you how he said, "Fuck your mother." Like your mother's dying and it's fuck your mother. I'm sorry, no. Like as parents, you have the ultimate responsibility to speak life to your children.
Blame the women.
Okay, hold on. First of all, do not cut Raw B off, Mr. F them parents, dude. Okay, only I cut her off. Okay, and before I let Raw B continue, because she made a good point. You heard how he said F your mom, almost died, all this stuff. I want you to watch this video, and then that way you can make it an assessment as well. Okay, because sometimes more context helps.
Her mom let 19-year-old boys stay with her at 14 years old. She should be in jail for that. Walking around with boxes on. On the level of disrespect she got, it ain't no wood. I did take her out my will. I did whatever to raise that child, right? Tried everything. The disrespect you have for your daddy, you gonna get nothing when I leave here. And they been trying to get me locked up. They recorded one of my phone calls and sent it to the district attorney. I told her I was gonna black eye about 3-4 times. Hopefully I instill some fear in her. I mean, look like it ain't work. Jay-Z would never. Jay-Z ain't got my baby mom. Beyonce would never. Y'all don't know half the story, bro. Like, her mom let 19-year-old.
So okay.
Jay-Z got. Hello, we got to acknowledge that Jay-Z don't got his baby mama though. I don't know why I thought that was funny. Go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So this man is sitting there admitting that he's threatened to black his daughter eye about 3-4 times. So he's not raising her. He's threatening her. He's verbally abusive. And for that, he's owed respect. me tell you something about fathers, because I grew up with
Feminism.
I had one. My feminism.
That's not feminism.
Come on, guys.
Again, right. I'm really not doing this. I'm going to tell you guys something about fathers. Fathers don't have to threaten to black your eye when they're there and they show up. They just simply pull you to the side and have a conversation with you. Listen here, young lady, you're out of order right now. This nigga don't got the excuses that all the broke, dusty pookies and the Ray Rays got. He has all the money in the world. If he wanted his daughter, he could have went to custody and fought for her, number one. Number two, he could have lived close enough to her to see her every day and be an influence. What the fuck do you mean that your baby mama is letting 19-year-olds post up with your 14-year-old daughter, and you now, 2 years later, talking about she should have went to jail for that? Yeah, the fuck right. I wish my father ever would. If I would have even played myself a little bit out of pocket, you can never believe that my father would be on somebody's social media talking about her mama let her do whatever. The fuck you mean? My father would have kicked in the door, waving the full, and then everybody would have had to go. It would have been a fucking problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, the problem is men today, modern men, y'all excuse the lackadaisical entity or energy of men that don't raise their children but talk like this, and they have all the excuses in the world that, oh well, I said some money. He talk about he raised the kid. What kid you raised? You wasn't there. No, nigga, you said money. This nigga's a fucking flaming whack ass bum ass fool riding around that car. He took her out the wheel. Nigga, so what? Die.
He got
die today.
E-Man, I got a question for you.
He got the
Hey, come here, E-Man. You know the 5 irrefutable laws of leadership, right? John C. Maxwell.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Did
you tell me to come here on the live?
Come here. Come here.
Go ahead, bro. Tell me.
What's the lowest level? Level 1.
Oh no.
Isn't that leadership by position? I'm the parent.
No, like
hear me out. Isn't the top law leadership by pinnacle, where you're leading by influence? It's because they believe in you and they understand what you're saying, who you are, and they'll follow you. So leading by fear, talking about you're gonna black somebody's eyes, that leadership level 0. So and we're giving these parents credit. This is what we're doing.
Well, no, I think so.
I don't know what world y'all live in, but that ain't uncommon. If your daughter,
that's why the world looks the way it does.
No, once again, no, it's actually not.
Right.
Actually, well, go ahead.
So if your daughter running around, messing with a bunch of guys, doing all this type of stuff, I'm going to tell you this: what your mom says is, you've been you acting all fast. What you think? Go off, call all kind of names. That's very common. They don't sit down and say, let's have a heart to heart. Okay,
that's not what I'm saying. But go ahead.
I heard what you said, and I ain't talking about what you said. You said you said something about blacking somebody's eyes. That's exactly how they talk, and that's exactly what some people do when that's how their parents move. What? I brought you in this world. I take you out. They talk like that all the time. That ain't uncommon.
How has that been working?
But it's not about how that's been working.
It depends on who the person is, because I know a bunch of people that grew up and their parents didn't play and they talk like that and they act right. So it's subjective. I can give you that. But if you listen to, you talk to your grandparents, you talk to your parents, they tell you how their parents did not play. They didn't talk nice. They did not.
Right.
So
and how did that work out?
Right. I'm telling you what actually happened.
Right. How did that work out?
It worked real good, Cam.
No, it didn't. That's why the world looks the way it does. There used to be one way.
No, because see,
now what we got.
I understood that me and my father had a certain level of violence if I pushed him to. I didn't think it was, as a grown man today, I don't think so. If I wanted to stand up to my parent as a man, I had to deal with those man situations. Like, I don't say my father should have backed down and treated me different. No, if I was to buck my chest up to my father, he was going to meet me at the energy that I was, and that's what I needed. I needed that.
That's not what I was saying.
My mama never really had those type of issues because she wasn't having it. Like, even as a grown woman, I was 23 years old and I was chilling, watching a movie with somebody. She came in the house and, honey, it was a problem. We wasn't even doing nothing. Like, the problem is y'all parents is not out here raising your kids. You should not even have to talk crazy.
They got me.
like
Be
that
there.
to your children. You shouldn't have to do that.
So hold on. So you
I
said that you should
100%
hold
agree
on,
with
hold
you,
on,
Rob.
Rob, hold on. So you said
No,
that
no,
you
no, no,
should
no.
not have to raise your kids at your kids? You should yell at them. You shouldn't threaten them.
No, you may have to speak to your children sternly, but it should never be fuck you, bitch, fucking hate you, bitch, fuck your other parent. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck that your parent is going through. That's not parenting. That's abuse.
What he was talking about was her mother. He wasn't talking about the child. And the mother was talking bad on him too.
Did your mama? Well, you know, I'm not even gonna ask you that question. At the end of the day, I get it. Some of y'all, no, I was not Queen Loud Wine. No, I was not, honey. My mama was not with the shits, honey. My mama was.
Well, Robbie, I'm just saying, raising kids in 2023. Do you think that it have to be a certain level of violence with kids?
No.
Okay, Rob.
And I'm raising kids in 2023. I don't have to be violent to my kids. My kids get hugs and kisses. The problem in the Black community is too many Black people are raised up underneath for violence.
So you don't believe in whooping. So you believe that we should stop whooping our kids?
I believe that physical punishment should be the absolute last means of defense. And I wasn't raised getting a whole bunch of ass whoopings either. I can count on like 3 fingers the amount of ass whoopings I got my whole entire life. And when I tell you I earned them shits, I earned them shits.
I think butt whoopings kept me out of jail. The idea that like it's certain things and ways that I was moving that I needed to be corrected in my actions. So this idea, and I get it, you might look at it different from a lady's point of view, but from a man, I had to get corrected. It was my father's responsibility to correct bad behavior. And I don't see why that's such a crazy thing in 2023.
What I'm saying to you is this, either man. Children that are not raised well, of course, are going to run in the street and be rampant and be doing whatever the hell it is that they want to. As a parent, when you're raising your children well, when you're instilling morals and values in them, when you are setting the bar of discipline from when they're young, there is not a point, or it shouldn't be often, that you have to fuck them up and put your hands on them. That shit is crazy to me. And that's me. Punished, yes. Stand in a corner, yes. Write a whole bunch of sentences over and over or some shit like that, yes. Physically striking me? Absolutely not.
Have you had a child curse you out?
You know what? No, and I never will.
No, you can't say you. Okay, it might not be your child, but what would you do if your sister's child start cursing you out, saying "f you," calling you b words, and all kind of things? What would you do then?
I would smack the shit out of my sister. What are you doing with this child? Why are you raising this baby like this? It would be a fucking problem because I tell you what.
You believe in violence, just not to the child.
Not to children. Now, grown adults could get these hands. These hands is rated E for all adults. But for little kids, no, because they still growing, they still developing. Like it's up to the parent. My sisters don't have kids, right? Because they both still virgins. God bless them.
No, but I wasn't obviously.
No, I know you weren't speaking directly, but I'm just speaking to that point. So for my sisters, my children would never curse at them. There's literally nothing that
I get it, but what would you do? Listen, what would you do if it happened?
You know what? I'm going to be quite honest with you. That's something I can't even wrap my brain around. Little kids be getting a little bit too loud. Even my daughter's little friends and stuff like that, they be lying. You know what I'm saying? Coming home.
I get it. Let me ask you this question. I know you're saying that this can't happen to you, right? You're saying that there's no possible way. What do you feel like a person should do if they was in that situation?
Grab a kid, buy their shirt collar, take them home to their parent. What are you raising? What are you raising?
No, this is your child. No, I'm saying you try to do everything right, and your child just on one day, and your child they get the yelling, cussing at you. Let's say even your child raised their hand at you. What should they do if their child put their hands on their parents?
Raise what hand at who?
They raise their hand to you and hit the parent. If the child strikes the parent, what do you think the parent should do next?
If my children ever hits me, they're going to jail. I'm going to press the charge on them. They're going to go to jail and they're going to get locked out the house. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Like, that's a non sequitur to me. If y'all are parents in this chat and y'all are sitting there contemplating what you would do if your kid fucking hit you, you raising your fucking kid wrong.
Dog. So, Robbie, this is one of those.
Before you go, let me. I'm gonna let you go right after this. I just
American Negro gave $4.99.
Do that, Aaron.
Understand that this is the child of the woman who had a train ran on her with Boosie and his best friend. This daughter is a oops baby from a ratchet.
That's a fact.
Okay, going that job. Threatening to black an eye, busting through the door, waving the faux. Busting through the door because that shit's not gonna happen because we was raised better. Stanisha Arnold gave $5. That mother been poisoning her against her father for years about that money. Shit sad.
Okay.
Very much. Go ahead, Pocket.
This is the one. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that, brother. Hey, call off that hit on Aaron. I want to say this is the one topic that I see pretty much eye to eye with Robbie. Because to me, in my experience, and then this is a generality, if your kid is fucked up, it's your fault. So to me, you can't be beating on your kid for shit that is your fault that they are the way that they are. To me. I think that we do that too much in the Black community. I think that I had a lot of reverence for my grandmother until I got older and I went to, start talking to my family members about her. And one of my aunties was telling me that when she got mad, there used to be all kind of bitches and hoes. And I just couldn't believe that shit. I'm like, damn, not grandma. Grandma was talking to y'all like that? Beating them with switches, taking the flesh off their body. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. And so I'm with Robbie on this one. Like, if it gets to the point where you got to do all that with your kid, make sure you beat yourself after you get through beating them, because it's your fault that they're that way.
Exactly. And to the idiot in the chat, like, oh my God, kids going to jail ruin their life. Understand that was an answer given, because if God forbid my children ever lose their mind, that's one thing that would do. Unlike the rest of y'all raggedy ass parents.
Oh wow.
My children like that. It's a non sequitur to me. It's not a thought that even comes into my mind, because my children know better. You know why? Because I knew better. You know why? Because my mama knew better. You know why? Because her mama knew better. People in my family never had to get beat on like that because we were raised with respect. Something that a lot of people do not have ingratiated into their family legacy, which is why the totality of the conversation with the Black community is that y'all Pookies and Ray Rays and thotting and bopping. That's not what we do on my family tree.
Why would you talk about Black people like that?
I wish a nigga would.
How dare you?
You done divested. You in the white culture. You be quiet, and I know your
wait.
Black.
I got my hoodie on right now.
No.
Divester. You
Uncle
right?
Tom.
Actually, I'm not Mr. Davis.
How dare you, Robbie, bring up his wife after giving me all that shit about bringing up either man's wife when I really wasn't even bringing up his wife?
No, you said what he qualified for. Me and Uncle Tom got our own relationship. Mind your business.
And me and either man had ours. Mind your business.
You right. Oh. I concede that point. Does that make you feel better? Do you want a virtual hug? But at the end of the day,
yes, I do actually. Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, look, virtual hugs.
Yeah. One nation under a roof.
So what was the question? This is what I want.
The question is,
the best.
We had Boosie's daughter, disrespecting, cussing at him, different things like that.
Video.
So the question is, first we talked about discipline and him discipline her. It's things off limits when your child is going crazy. So
What was,
let me
what was the
let me
question
give,
though?
let me
I'm gonna
give
just
you
say
a
this and I
scenario.
gotta go.
Yeah,
Wait, I'm
hold
gonna
on.
say
Let
this
me.
and I gotta go. Wait, Edie, man, I'm gonna say this and I gotta go. I got some things to do. It's Thursday night. My show is launching tomorrow. I got things to do. But I had to come up here and give my baby Aaron some love. Okay. But yes, because I love me some Aaron. At the end of the day, right? You ever been a badass kid? Of course, like 95% of y'all in the chat have been a badass kid.
No, I'm a good child, ma'am.
I said 95%, you and the 5% that wasn't.
That's a fact. You right.
Right. If your mother or your father would have called
Literally
the
a
cops,
murderer.
you know what the cops would have did? Because one time I tried my mother, right? I didn't cuss at her, I didn't act stupid or nothing like that. I played games with her with the curfew, right? So then I was like, oh, well, this is some bull. I'm going to call the police because she has to let me back in. Man, listen, I kept knocking on her door. She called the police. The police came over there and said, your mother doesn't have to leave you, left you in her house. And I suggest that you come home when she sets the curfew because we will not save you. And guess what? From that day on, I ain't never missed a curfew again in my life. Y'all have a real problem because wait a minute.
You cannot kick your kid out like that. You got
Robbie, you about to go to jail. You about to go
I
to
know that
jail.
I'm talking to you and you ain't listening. It doesn't matter. Even back then, my mama couldn't leave me in the street like that. That wasn't the purpose. The purpose is y'all don't even have a good enough relationship with the powers that be in your community to utilize the powers that be to instill a measure of fear in your children when you cannot. Y'all want your children to be like, fuck the police. But when they get older and they on their own, the police is going to fucking shoot them.
But that's what I'm telling you. For boys, that doesn't work.
Well, technically, there's more white men that get shot by police than black people. Just
I know,
As it should be, it's more of them.
I just want to throw it out there. You know.
It should be, it's more of them.
It's not even a close. It's not even a close thing right there. You know.
Check
So,
this out, Rob.
That wasn't the 80s.
No, listen, Rob B. I was in the exact situation. I didn't come home. My mama didn't let me in, so I just stayed gone for 3 weeks. Like I had money. It wasn't like that.
You was a runaway, nigga. You was a runaway.
That wouldn't have worked on me. You telling me I can't come in? I'm like, cool. I just find somewhere else to go.
But this is the thing. That's a problem. And you know what? I'm gonna be quiet. But the problem with a lot of parents is that
crazy,
they
sir.
create an environment where their kids will be like, "Oh well, F it. She or he said a rule. I'm not gonna listen, and I'm not gonna feel no type of way about violating the rule. I'm not even gonna try to come home because I'm gonna do what I want to do." Like how I said, the way I was raised, no matter what, and it's the same to this very day. And I'm a grown woman with my own kids. My mama say some shit. I don't give a damn what it is. I don't even have to like that shit. I'm jumping through hoops to make sure that what my mother wants done is done. Parents are failing in America.
I live in my own house. My mama can't tell me to do unless I ask her. Like, what you want me to do? Other than that, shit, you might not get granted. You are tripping.
Mama, you know I love you.
Right, y'all rude to y'all parents.
No, I'm not rude. I'm not rude. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not rude, Robbie. Because my mom and my dad told me when you get your own shits, when you make your own motherfucker rules. So when they come to my house, it's my rules, my way.
So it don't matter.
No matter how it is. I'm sorry. I don't have to listen to you. I'm grown.
This is why the Indian people are winning, because they respect their elders until the day their elders die.
That's a
That's
fact.
why y'all lose it.
Well, if you don't get your chubby checker looking at
when I go to their house, I follow their rules.
Yep, that's how.
But when I'm in my house, I follow my rules, and I don't care what she says. She needs to follow mine, but she don't, so it don't even matter.
No, this is why black
parents
people
don't know how to follow fucking rules that you give them, right?
Yes, they do.
No, the fuck they don't, right?
Be the man if you don't get your Powerpuff Girl looking ass out of here.
Let's stop being facetious, right? Because parents don't follow. If you told your mom to do something, do you really think she's gonna listen to you?
She's not gonna do it. She wouldn't do it.
Exactly. So I don't know why Robbie saying is bullshit. Even I know that shit. Now my dad might listen. Now my mom, no different thing.
I'm just about to say. I think my mama listen to me.
Yeah, I bet you she don't.
You're a good kid though. That's why you actually a good kid though.
No, I'm just saying, like, let me give you an example.
Parents are the worst. Parents are the worst listeners.
Well, listen, Uncle Tom.
First of all,
hold on, one second.
Give
us a second. Like, my mama came to my house, and the rules of my house is that you can't have your shoes on the house. I said, "Hey, mom, you gotta take off the shoes." She took off the shoes because that's the rules of my house.
Okay. All right.
Like, something. My mama
Come
My
on,
mama
man.
is
Thirsty
the
ass
best
cheating ass
mama
game, bro.
ever. Like I love her to death, forever and a day. My mama, she don't have to press the games because there's just certain things I know my mama like. I've been knowing my mama my whole life. So when she
No, really? We
you a
didn't know
smart
that.
ass. She a
We
smart,
didn't
you a
know
smart
that.
ass. So my mama get whatever she wants. She's spoiled, she's elevated, she a black queen. Black women is God.
Hey, you know queen means whore, right? I just want
No,
you
it
to
doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
don't shoot. Don't
No, it
shoot
doesn't.
me. It
I'm
does.
shoot.
That's
I'm
just what
That is crazy.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of Uncle Tom.
I'm
I
just
thought I
I'm
was the
just
only
saying.
person who knew that.
Queen means whore. So if
No,
you
it does
call your
not.
mama a whore, it's on you. It's
No,
not me. I'm just telling you the truth.
No, show me. I need the ocular proof.
I mean,
That
shit.
is crazy.
Show me.
Listen, what do they call the queen of the ant of an ant fucking
No.
farm?
You
She's a
said what
whore.
queen means.
She's a
What? Show me the
That's the
definition.
etymology
Before
of
I
the
get
word,
up
and you're gonna see
here,
whore.
and you know they always gotta make me pull it one time
Listen,
for one time. Can you
it
share the
means
screen,
whore.
please?
You son of a bitch.
I would not have you dismantling the Queen's English.
Oh, the Queen's English. Okay, I'm sorry.
The Queen's English.
The reason why I say that, I was told that on Fight Club that Queens means whore. So I'm like, I'm gonna roll with this from now on. Queen means whore to me.
No, we will not.
I have been convinced that Queen means whore. Okay, so we're gonna leave it like that.
Shit.
No, queens are rulers.
No,
most
yeah,
powerful chess
queens are whores.
You know what?
Be passed around like
I'm
everything else.
I'm over it, Aaron.
Hello, Uncle Tom. Are you trying to say like the ant is the queen? The queen ant is hit by
I got a
everyone?
question, Aaron.
Yes,
yeah, y'all, no, don't answer that. You way off track. Callie Bev, Black Thought says
Podcast
respect
just
is
about
slumming it
that.
up with the degenerates. Degeneration X, that's us. Every other race respect the patriarchy.
No.
Listen,
No.
That's not true either. But
I got some stuff to do.
Thank you for
But-
coming, Robbie.
hey, I want you to hold on
Yeah,
podcast. I want you to know that Black Thought said he gonna wash your ass, bro.
Bro, I'm not worrying about what that racist thing. Aaron, no. So I got a question, Aaron. No. It's a little bit off topic. No, I don't want to wait.
For 1 minute. Uncle Tom, I'm gonna pull up on your show and I'm gonna come with the chaos energy. I'm gonna come with machine.
That's a fact. That's cool.
Lakeisha, I'm gonna come over there in my full Lakeisha Laquita with my long 12-inch.
That doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me.
Let her talk to the old dude that got the mask on. Let her talk.
No, I may come over there and act like Kelly. I might be
That's okay. I understand. What you talking about? He's talking about Be Brave. He only been on my channel twice.
So, you know.
Yeah.
I love y'all. Good night.
John the Baptist. Should we?
Hey, so look, Aaron, I got it.
Say what?
Are you through with videos?
Yeah. I want to, for the most part. Yeah.
I had a video that we looked at on my show earlier today, right?
I don't trust.
And I wanted to, I asked the people who was watching, all 4 of them, to go and tell you that I was questioning you, because you, Uncle Tom, Chaotic Truth, a lot of these channels seem to always have something to say about Chicago.
Oh,
and I just so happened to come across this video talking about San Fran.
Oh, we know San Fran's fucked up. That's not even a question.
No, San Fran ain't messed up to the degree he's speaking about.
Yeah, it's okay.
Are we talking about thefts or
theft? We lead the nation.
It just depends on what you're asking. It just depends on what you're talking about.
I got the video in the back for you. I mean, I got the video right there. And,
I don't know why he came from Chicago.
You don't trust him either, man.
If you don't mind checking
it
out,
it is podcast. But
I watched the video. I watched the video.
Aaron, don't do that.
What?
I watched the video.
Don't ever. Yeah. No, don't do that. It is behooving upon you to stay on my side at all times.
He threatened you, Aaron.
He already shot. Yeah, that's fucked up.
We can be quiet now. We can be quiet and let the video
of
play.
America's fentanyl crisis. It doesn't just look stark. An average of 1 person every 10
that's
hours
mixed with
dies
xylazine
in
right
this
there,
city
baby.
of a fentanyl overdose. It's often here, the drug-ravaged Tenderloin district. Are you a fentanyl user?
Absolutely. I've been an opiate addict for probably 10 years.
Trevor
Look at
used to
that good
inject
ass white
heroin,
man right there.
but fentanyl, he says, is a different beast, and he wants everyone to know.
I mean, the fact that this isn't a main issue, I mean, on TV every night is insane to us. I've never seen anything like it. I'll meet regular people, square Joes, on their way to work, and they'll stop, hang out with me, try this drug for the first time, and then leave their life. Literally, not leave. From that moment on, they're just out here with us.
Is that what fentanyl does?
To some people, it's insane. I've never seen anything like it. No one has.
What's it doing to the streets?
Podcast, it is true. The problem is this.
That's everywhere.
We don't necessarily prosecute the drug users.
They don't, because it's not illegal to be a drug user. It's not illegal. That's the problem.
Yeah, but we could talk about that a little later. I don't want to get through off track with these behaving children. At what point, if your children get mad at you, are they allowed to curse you out and say you ain't my daddy?
For real, that's where you gonna go with that.
It's never a point. Like I don't think that kids should ever disrespect their parents.
So, okay, I have a different take. So, like, if I punish my children, right, after I get done punishing them, we have a talking session where he can get off what he wants on his mind that he has to say. Whether because I think you should have to listen to your child no matter what, because they actually have something to say too. So if you are a dictator in chief, which I always say my house is a dictatorship, not a democracy. But sometimes I do listen to what I want to hear what they have to say. Whether I believe it or not,
Uncle Tom, I want to listen to what they say too.
I wouldn't have to cuss you out to do so.
No, that's the point. I want to hear what you got to say, but you don't have to disrespect me to express yourself. Like, it's my responsibility as your father to show you how to properly communicate your concerns without being disrespectful.
Yeah, I agree with that. They don't. So if your child respects you, they won't have to cuss you out.
Why do you come up with these wild scenarios where if you don't beat the shit out the kids, they're gonna cuss you out and get trains ran on them at 13? So these wild scenarios.
That's kind of true though.
No, that's what they do. And the other thing is this: if you believe so much in this leadership and the household and the fathers, why don't you beat your wife first and have her beat the kids? Because that's the leadership that you're teaching. So teach it throughout the whole household. Start with the wife.
Well, I
walk off straight and laugh
because people are not married. That's one. So
beat the baby mama. Go over to her house, right where the system, whatever street that is, because suppose he lives on System Boulevard. Beat the shit out of her and have her beat the shit out of the kids. So that's the leadership. I'm just saying.
No, you don't have leadership in the woman you're not dealing with, sir. So like your scenario is flawed because you're talking about people that are not in relationships with each other.
I was talking about both. But
so
somehow you made it a baby mama.
Wait.
Spouse.
So you believe that if you was messing with a chick, y'all had a kid, and you moved on to a new one, you still go back and discipline the chick you're not in a relationship anymore with?
No, I was making it about a household. Then you made it some baby mama.
Because these are not household things. This is the point. The conversation we're talking about is separated parents. These are not parents that are together.
Well, that's a problem already to begin with.
Yeah,
it actually is not a problem.
Oh, okay. America's I don't know, we're reviewing the videos for. Everything's working fine.
No, but the point is
it is working fine for most people.
Scam likely. The problem is you're trying to. We're talking about a divided household in this scenario. You try to give advice to people that's in a whole household. It's two different situations.
No, I'm talking about you say beat the shit out of the kids.
I didn't say that.
And if you go to prison in all the places, the first thing they're gonna tell you is they beat the shit out of me. That's the first thing they're gonna say why they there. And they're in jail for beating the shit out of somebody else or stabbing and shooting them.
I beat my kids.
Make it make sense.
I beat my son and daughter.
Well, he wasn't talking about that. They're talking about a separate. Specifically talking about a separated house.
Aaron. I know you is.
Yes, situation.
We're literally breaking down Boosie's situation.
Okay. So in his situation, the child's gonna cuss him out eventually anyway because they're already separated, so they already have some animosity toward the child anyway. The child has animosity toward the parent anyway. They always do.
So I disagree. I listen. I know parents. I know children that don't respect their parents, but still wouldn't curse them. Still wouldn't.
I know that too. I know that.
So that's why it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's they're making their own decision or somebody else's influence.
But you said, when is it okay for them to do it? They can do it whenever they want to. They got freedom of speech just as much as the parents do.
In today's society, it's kids are actually cussing with their parents in everyday conversation.
Have you ever cussed out your parents before?
So why is a big shock?
I don't curse.
You're not a real cusser. Yeah. You're not a real big cusser. But me, I'm a big motherfucking cusser, right? So at one point in time, I have cussed at my mom because she got on my goddamn nerves. And I got my ass beat by my dad for it. Yo, I got my ass told the fuck up. But yeah, I mean, at one point in time, I thought I was Billy Badass at one point in time. And my dad showed me that I wasn't king yet. So far. Or however y'all want to say it. Kang.
But hey, Uncle Tom, what they're saying is that your dad shouldn't have did that. Your dad should have tried to reason with you and tried to.
Oh, he did reason with me, right? He reasoned with me with this big ass fist of his.
No,
literally.
See, that's the argument.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Right? Hold
on. My dad had this thing was whatever body part did the fucking up is the body part that he's gonna fucking punish. So if it was my mouth, he was gonna punch me in that motherfucker, even though he tried not to.
They said that's toxic, according to Scam. He said that no, you're supposed to go beat yourself up, go in the corner, beat yourself up because the parent failed. Your father failed you. That's why you acted the way that you acted.
Well, we had a conversation.
Actually, it was podcast that said that, but I kind of second that.
Okay, the thing about that is
only work kids or beat kids under certain circumstances, and it's kind of a last resort.
So
and it's a form of corrective
after I got
action
my punishment, yeah, pretty much after I had my corrective action and bear crawling, push-ups, and every damn thing else. After that, we had a long fucking 3-hour conversation of why I felt the need to sit there and cuss out my mother. Well, I didn't really cuss her out. I just said one cuss word because she was getting on my goddamn nerves. But at that point in time, my dad's a truck driver or in the military, one or two. He's never really there. So it was like living with a single mother at some times. So I don't know.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that your father got to the bag and he still wasn't there?
We've already had this discussion, sir.
Okay, but this is a new audience. They didn't. They weren't privy to that discussion. You're telling me that your father got to the bag and he wasn't there, and it led to you cussing at your mama?
Well, it wasn't that he wasn't there that led to cussing at my mom. My mom literally pissed me off that day, and I had it up to the high heavens. I was 14. I'm gonna go like everyone. I'm gonna go with the white. I'm about to show you the white side of me. My testosterone was very high. I just got into the gym and started taking different supplements that made my mental capacity change. So yes,
No, I'm gonna blame it on your dad having the bag.
No, my dad.
This seems to be a pattern at this point.
No,
that's the thing is, I believe you got to meet kids with the energy that they give you. If his daddy would have been like, "No, go have a conversation with him," Uncle Tom would have went down a bad trip.
Aren't you supposed to be giving energy to the kids and not them giving it to you?
To Rob B's point, it should have been checked a long time ago. So if it's at the point where they're cussing you out, then you should have handled that probably about 5 to 7 years before that happened.
Well, that doesn't make sense because there was at one point that I never said nothing. I never even backtalked my dad until
Thank you.
I was 19 before I said something. Matter of fact, I'm still yes sir, no sir. As we're arguing right now in my own house. And he's somewhere else. I was still yes sir, no sir him. My mom too.
A little bit different.
Well, you said at 19 or whatever like that. That's a little bit.
That was my dad. That was my dad when I first disrespected my dad.
Now my mom talking about kids though, Uncle T. So
that's what I'm saying. When I was a child, I didn't cuss at my mom or do anything like that until that time. That was the only time I did it.
You're talking about a one-time wild scenario,
right?
Yeah, it was
we're talking about. Yeah, we're talking about kids who develop a certain behavior. And the fact that even in 2023, we still have black parents who think beat your kid is the answer.
So should they give their kids away?
Hold on, 1 second. Hold on, no, I got a question. No, I have a real question. Are you saying that a parent can't do everything right and a child still end up bad?
That's a good question.
That
I was
would
about
mean
to
that
ask that
everything
too.
wasn't
Yes,
right.
that's what I'm saying.
That means everything wasn't right.
No. I'm saying is
That's
it
not
a
necessarily
Scam.
Is if a situation that a person can raise their kids, they can do all the things right, and the kids just choose a different path. Is that a possibility?
Of course it is. Nothing is an absolute, man.
That's insane.
Amen. What is definition of
Wait,
right?
hold on, wait. Either man, you got to be careful. You talk to podcast when you say everything right. The key thing gonna be everything right, subjective right for this person, right? You have to be careful with that.
Yeah, that's a scam.
Aaron, stop helping everybody debate me, bro.
Podcast, I was gonna say it anyway.
What I'm asking, Aaron, what I'm asking you guys is, if we would say that they was grew up in a positive situation based on our standard, is it a possibility that that kid still choose a negative path?
Yes.
That's a rigged
Yes,
question.
nothing
man.
is an absolute, man.
That's a rigged question.
Well, I have a better question. I have a better question. So
that's what I was
that
asking.
young lady in the video, Boosie's daughter, said, "You ain't even my daddy."
Oh,
I'm glad I ain't got to give you that title no more because you don't deserve it. I want to ask y'all, do you have to earn that title from your child in order to be their parent?
No.
Yes.
No.
Long term, yes. Short term, no.
There you go.
That's cool.
Long term, yes. Otherwise, you'll be on a panel blaming the kids, blaming the goldfish, the white man, and the women's.
Okay, so let me ask you this: do you have to earn being somebody's child?
You don't have a choice.
Can they say you're not even my child? I don't know. Can they do the same thing? The inverse.
Yeah, if they can choose which crib and which parents, then yes.
Kids do have rights, right?
It's called adoption.
It depends on, to me, it depends on your expectations. Even though I would say, kids gonna do what they're gonna do, but you have the right to disown a child as well.
Okay, I'm interested.
So that's listen. I don't have to be a parent just like you don't have to be my child. If you really want to get technical, as soon as the child starts back talking, whatever, you can send their ass to group homes. You can send their ass to military homes. You don't have to raise that child.
So let me ask you this: based upon what y'all saying right now, Cynthia says, "What did your parents do wrong to you, Scam, for you to be acting like this?" A lot they drop.
I can answer that question if you want.
We know your parents been married for a long time and they dropped you on your head. We don't want to hear the answer to that. Let me ask you this, Uncle Tom, right? Because this is a good question, right? Do your children owe you?
No.
No.
It was my choice. It was my choice to bring them into this world. Why would they owe me something?
They owe it to act like you want them to act if they want to stay your child. States, right?
If you want to take it in that context, they don't owe it to me. I expect certain things out of my children. Now, whether they live up to it, it's on them.
So if they don't live up to it, you disown them. They ain't your child no more, correct?
Well, they're never gonna be my child all the way as long as I live. They're gonna eventually be adults.
So, Uncle Tom, would you say that your kids owe you to listen to you?
They can listen, and okay. As a child, because we're gonna speak as children. As a child, I expect them to listen to me, right? I expect it. Do kids listen to you 100% of the time? Fuck no.
No.
So I expect slip up. I expect them to have their own brain. I'm expecting them to fuck up. I'm expecting them to do different shit. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna disown them because they make mistakes. It's crazy.
So, Uncle Tom, you know my idea on this, right? Which is
I don't know your idea.
You know, motherfucker. What I told my kids was after my son was about 4, I'm never gonna whoop you unless you disobey me. That's the only thing I'm gonna ever whoop you for. You can burn the house down. I'm not gonna whoop you.
That's insane.
You get suspended from school. I'm not gonna whoop you. You get arrested. I'm not gonna whoop you. But if you disobey me, I'm gonna whoop you because you disobeying me could cost you your life. Everything you got to make on your own. I don't get to dictate those for you. But
I can tell you not to
disobey
get kicked out of school. If you get kicked out of school, that's disobeying me. I can tell you not to burn down the house, and you burn down the house, that's disobeying me.
Okay, but I wouldn't say that. But that's the point. I wouldn't. It's okay, Scam. It's okay.
You walked into that one,
It's
sir.
okay, Scam. It's okay.
He's cheating. He
the
knows
point
it.
is, I wouldn't say that dumb shit.
You would tell your kids not to burn down your house?
No, because I don't think I should have to.
That's
the point. I think I could say.
First thing,
I think
kids
I could
make
say
a lot of
don't-
mistakes, sir. That's
Damn,
crazy.
bro. I think I could say don't play with matches, and that's enough.
Oh wow.
Right? I don't have to tell you not to burn down the house. I think you know that you shouldn't be burning down the house. I don't think I should have to tell them. But I think I should say don't play with matches. And then if I catch you playing with matches after you've been told not to play with matches,
you say what?
Then
I haven't burnt the house down.
Right?
I almost burned down the house when I was a kid.
Your intention, your intention is not to burn the house down. It is to play with fire. And then once the house actually burned down, I promise you that wasn't your intention.
Aaron, so now you don't want to interject, Aaron. Ain't that some shit?
Interject about what?
Oh.
Because
he
walked
just said
yourself
your
into your own
intentions is
trap,
not
sir.
to burn
That's all
down the
that
house.
was.
Your intentions is to play with the matches. So when I say I would just tell them not to play with matches, how don't you see that being an impediment to them burning down the house, Mr. Smartman?
What I'm saying is
Podcast, don't let him bait you into this.
It's not about baiting me into it. It's just that I get so sick and fucking tired of these people pretending like they the smartest motherfuckers in the world. This shit got to stop,
No, he's
bro.
rigging the argument.
At
He
the
knows
end of
it.
the day, bro, the point is this. Like I said, if you tell a 2-year-old no, if a 2-year-old wants something, you tell it no, a 2-year-old will slap the fuck out of you. That just shows how early autonomy sets in on human beings. They want to do what they want to do. So my thing was, after I stopped whipping I only whipped my daughter maybe once. My son, I ain't whip him again after 4 because I realized I was whooping him for some shit that I taught him how to do. So I'm not gonna whip you.
Amazing.
As a matter of fact, I'm not gonna whip y'all no more. Only time I'm gonna whip you is if you really disobey me. Guess what? I haven't touched them. My daughter just made 22. My son just made 18. My daughter works. My son works. He just graduated high school, saved up for a year, bought his own car.
We're not expecting.
So all this shit when niggas want to talk about Section 8 and food stamps, suck my dick, nigga. My daughter ain't on the pole. And my son out here getting to it. That's what makes me a real man, nigga. You just show all these niggas with the bag and all they kids fucked up. My kids ain't never been online cussing me out. Nigga.
Nigga, you feel who hurt you?
Wait. So
I get where
The crowd was here already, Uncle Tom. You don't got to do the who hurt you. They know what happened.
Well,
Nigga.
hold on. There's partly some bad examples here. T.O. says, skipped the woman. They're enabling her bad behavior. And since it says, I burned the whole yard up. Yeah, you like to play with fire. You like to play with fire. So
how the fuck you burn the yard up?
It's very possible. So let me ask y'all this. There's a such thing as the primary caretaker, right? Or primary parent, whatever y'all want to call it, right? I don't know. I'm not going to court yet. So
caregiver, sure, but
yeah, whatever it is, right? I want to ask you guys.
Custodial parent.
That's it.
There it is. Thank you, podcast. I want to ask you guys this. Who do you think is more responsible for somebody's behavior? The custodial parent or the parent that is not around as much?
The single mom.
DNA.
I didn't ask about a single mom.
Custodial parent.
Custodial parent.
Yes, custodial parent.
Because they typically have the more influence over the child.
Okay, gotcha, right? So I'm just curious to know, because when Robbie was here, she said something similar like, this is the man's fault. And I'm curious to know, we just sat here and listened. I believe that, this is, I don't think this is, this is how she talked.
The whole point was about him not being a father. But y'all want to pick out the list of. Never been there. Anytime I felt happiness from this man, it was temporary. Very temporary. He bumped it down real quick. I can say a lot. I'm really limiting my talking. I can say a lot.
Tell him why you really left him up there.
Oh yeah. First of all, I talked to him. I'm like, I'm moving. I've been telling him I'm moving to Houston. Been telling him. So boom, at the time I had my car, I was doing the transportation. I had to drive up here with my mama. And because she had a bad car accident.
Now, there is a video where she just
go ahead. I had a question.
Where she just curse, and they bleeped it out. Luckily, thank you for me. It says, setting leaves on fire and watching it burn.
Wow.
It's gonna stand there. No, she likes to play with fire. So I'm asking you guys this. Do you think Boosie is responsible for the way she talks or her mother's?
No, you can see it. You can see it in the mother. No, fuck that. You can see the mother is literally not egging it on. She's co-signing, co-conspirator. She writing the script. Tell her about this, girl. Go ahead, tell her why we left. Tell her why we turned the lights off. Go tell her, girl.
Tell her why you left your father.
Right. That's crazy.
The mama sitting there talking about some. Tell him why you mad,
Uncle
son.
Tom, I got a question for you.
That's crazy.
Uncle Tom and E-Man, I got a question for y'all. Y'all are both married parents, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you just drop the family off in the alley in Arizona and never come back, it's now the mother's responsibility, and you were never responsible for the family you created?
Ask that question again, because
I missed what you said there. What?
Okay. Because one day, because you know the men is all the leaders, all the men's is the leaders. You create a family. Then you say, you know what? I don't feel like it. I'm going to Vegas. Never come back. The kids go join a Nation of Wigwam with the mom. Start doing backflips in the gutter somewhere.
Yeah.
Are you responsible for the outcome of the family?
No.
Ladies, join the Nation of Wigwam.
See, you conflate two different points, right? I understand what you try to do. The problem is this, right? For someone to be a leader, they have to have people to follow them. If you're not around anyone to follow you, then you're not a leader. Now, what you're saying is, are they responsible for what the actions that they did to create a child, and should they be held accountable for not accepting responsibilities?
Okay. That's an eternal responsibility because you can't put the kids back in.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Here's my question though. How can either man say that this is on the mother with the take that he gave earlier about everything being on the fathers?
When did I say that?
Yeah, I don't know when.
Okay, I'll go find it.
No, he probably. I don't know which part he might have said that. That's why
we've been talking for 3 hours.
He literally said it was on the fathers to create the space, right? For remember the situation, the video that you was playing, with the lady on there, and he said, "See, it was the water was out, the water was off. If the fathers was created space, and if the fathers would have been there, and the landlords would have made sure they lived in an area where they didn't have to worry about the water getting cut off." He literally was putting. He literally was. I don't care if you overtalk me. That's okay. He literally was putting the circumstances of the people on the fathers. So that would include something like this.
I said husbands. And see,
husbands.
Listen,
you're right.
It's a difference. It's a difference in what you're saying. When I say husband, I am saying that these people are husband and wife. That means marriage is there. So the man do take responsibility if he's married. The scam likely is talking about some baby mama that he left in a corner somewhere.
Either or. So Mary or Raw Dog Ronnie, either the two.
So you're saying that a father doesn't have the same responsibility over his children if he's not married to the mother.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you gotta be like, fuck them kids.
It's impossible to be the father. I mean, it's impossible to be the kind of father you need to be if you're not married to the woman.
So
I'm not gonna say impossible. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's hard to do. It's more difficult.
Okay. I just want to make sure y'all know what y'all saying.
John, are they responsible or not? You said it's hard, but
I say it's more. Say what?
All right, Raw Dog Ronnie stuck his meat into Tanisha. She's pregnant. A baby came out. Let's be real. Boys in the Hood. Trey was what, 10 when he told Furious, you take your girl, you stick your thing in her, 9 months later, a baby comes out. He knew that at 10. Raw Dog Ronnie stuck his meat in there, baby comes out. He's not responsible. He didn't know the white man did it. What are we talking about?
So no, but what podcast was?
You know you can't push the baby back in.
What I was talking about, a
No,
woman
that's-
under the covering of her husband. I'm not talking about just some random daddy. That's totally different.
I was talking about either one. If you decide I don't want to be a husband and father no more,
I'm
you
no
don't tell
longer
the
a
kids,
husband.
hey, that wasn't my
I
problem.
can't.
That was
Let me make sure you
I'm
understand
no
why I'm
husband.
saying this.
If you left him in the gutter.
I'm not going to be a husband. I'm no longer a husband. I don't have that title anymore.
Right. The reason they failed is because you left
Hold
them
on,
in the
Scam.
gutter.
Hold on, Scam. So I can't say, I'm gonna make sure I say this properly. I can't say that you are one of the people who say this in this space. Okay, so I'm acknowledging that. But what we hear a lot from the quote unquote high value get to the bag men in this space is that even if they divorce their wives, they're still going to provide for her as if they were still married. So
That's
to
insane.
me, so to me, then that means that same level of responsibility should definitely be afforded to your children, which means no matter what, if you're that guy, if you that I got to the bag type of guy, then your responsibility to your children doesn't change just because you're not with the mother anymore.
Me providing is something that I'm choosing to do with my money. I have 100% control over that. I don't have control over some distant household that I can't influence. Like one thing I can control, one thing I cannot control.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's say, and let's say not you and your current wife, like let's say it's a whole nother universe. Let's say you married to somebody and y'all get a divorce. Do you have a say-so in where she resides with your children?
No.
Okay.
Like this
I understand.
Like I wish the world was set up where I could tell her where to live and I still had influence over her. But currently in America, you don't have the ability to say you gonna stay in this house. You don't have that type of power after the relationship is dissolved. Like you cannot protect someone that is not under your covering.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
But see, so and I 100% understand that. That's very logical. But see, this is my problem with that. The reason why I say it's both their faults, because he has the resources to make a change. He can't dictate what a mom stays, right? Or what's going on in the mom's house. But to Raw B's point, he has enough money and influence that he may have even been able to provide the child with a better household, right?
Oh, no, she get a nice paycheck. This idea, like she still chose to stay in the hood. So let me ask you a question: if somebody's getting $10,000 a month in child support, and they choose to still go into the house, how much effect does that father have over where she lives?
I mean, he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have say so over that space. But that's what I'm saying. Think about this, Edith, man. Because to Raw B's point, I can't. This is why I didn't say that, because there's nothing to argue with there, right? If you knew that she was 14, having 19-year-old boys staying over there with her, you're talking about it now. When you were in position to do something about it, then
it's nothing he could do about it.
Yeah, it is. He could have got custody of his kid.
No, it's not as simple as just because she got.
I'm glad it's that simple, sir.
It's not that.
Yeah,
simple.
the government.
Believe me, I understand that it's not that simple. But the point of the matter
Okay,
is
so
that
why would you make that argument if you know it's not
because
that
he
simple?
could have. Because lesser men with lesser money have.
It's not what is his money, but it was his background and the things that he said, because he has a whole track record that is going against him in the eyes of the law. Come on now.
Hold on,
Let's be
guys.
serious here.
Hold on, guys. 1 second. Money World, what's going on?
Nothing, chilling. Just listen to the conversation.
All right, bet.
So I'm saying this. Believe me, I'm not trying to make it seem like it's every nigga just out here getting their kids, bro. But I'm saying, come on, y'all, don't be disingenuous.
I'm not saying
if
he couldn't do
anybody
it.
has an opportunity to do it, it's gonna be a millionaire.
Yeah,
right? It's gonna be a guy who's gonna be able to say, listen, especially because he has the money. My boy got custody of his kid because people cared enough to testify that his kid was in a bad.
But
he definitely could have got.
Here's the dynamic, though, right? Because that's why I asked y'all if children get a vote with this parent and stuff, right? At what age all this stuff matters, right? It don't matter if he wants to give her a better lifestyle. If she wants to be with her mom, she'll run away. She'll escape. Like, you have to understand. Like, hold on. Gary Grant says you can not move a wall without her permission.
That's true, Aaron. But I'm saying all of this at this point is hypothetical. So what I'm saying is that this is why it matters. If you knew that then. You knew at 14 she had 19-year-olds laying in there with her, and you think that's a problem, but you didn't do anything about it. Nigga, you're responsible. You're accountable, rather.
So what could he do though? You still not answering the question.
It don't matter what he could have did. Whatever it is, I say. Listen, whatever it is, I say you're just gonna combat it because y'all not accepting the fact that it's all hypothetical anyway. Just like when I said he could have got custody. Well, that don't mean he could have. He could have. I literally said
I get what you said. So what should he have done in your opinion?
Tried to get custody. If it meant that much to him. If it meant that much to him and he was in a position.
If I can show you proof, listen, I can show you proof that he tried to get custody and it failed, would you concede your point?
No, because then
I got a different point.
It would prove my point that would have been the best thing for him to do, which is try to get custody. You would literally make my point. So please hurry up and do that for me. I would love the evidence. Thank you.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but what you're saying is that he could have just tried to go to the court and get custody because she had. So you telling me he should have went into a judge and says that she's having relations with a 9-year-old.
It didn't even be done there.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Yeah, he should have went down to the court and said that to the judge. Yes, she's literally providing an unsafe and degenerate environment for your child.
They're gonna ask, what proof do you have?
Right.
And listen, no, T.I. couldn't even get him. T.I. wouldn't even get if he got divorced from whatever that big nose bitch name was. He wouldn't have been able to get custody. So why are we playing? Because of his background.
You're comparing this chick to Tiny.
I don't give a fuck who they are. I'm just saying.
No, you have to because you can't compare her to Tiny.
Yes, I can. Because
no, you can.
I'm comparing backgrounds because both of them have trouble with the fucking law. Both of them have been to fucking prison. I'm
not saying you can't compare Boosie and T.I. I'm saying you can't compare Tiny
I don't care about neither one of them bitches. I don't care about them. That wasn't the point. The point what I was saying was with their background. And we're saying, oh, he could have just fought for custody. Yeah, he can fight, but it's going to be a losing battle because of their fucking background.
Not the fucking point.
No one cares. You're not the only one that can yell.
The point is he should have tried. No, the point is that if he really cared that hard, he would have tried.
Exactly, nigga. He didn't do shit.
How do you know that he didn't try?
The question that Aaron asked us is, who's responsible, the mother or the father? Me and Scam are saying both. Y'all said just the mother. We have evidence that this nigga knew something was wrong and he didn't try to do something about it. That makes him accountable. Why the fuck are you acting like you don't get that shit?
We have fought to try to have custody of all of his kids, and he have lost that. So when you make an exception that he just didn't try, I think it's a bad argument.
Either man,
he didn't do shit. Either man. That's the point. Y'all asked. Wait. Hold on, Scam. Y'all asked me. You asked me what could he have done. I give you an option, and then you try to crucify it. Motherfucker, all I was saying was that he didn't do shit. That's the whole point. It don't matter what the fuck he could have did.
How do you know?
Do shit.
See, that's the part that you're wrong.
Nigga, because he didn't say he did shit.
Oh, just
if he would have done something, he would have said it. He was literally sitting in the video trying to say, I'm not as bad as they trying to make me look because blah, 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 blah.
In the video.
No, E-Man, he decided to follow the daughter and do the same thing he did. He went and filmed a video.
No, I'm not acting like I know what the fuck is going on with their fucking life.
I feel you on that, Uncle Tom. I don't know if, look, whatchamacallit, I ain't sitting over here trying to Google no video about whether or not he tried or not. I'm just reiterating podcast point that E-Man seems to be tap dancing around.
No, Cali Bear, let's be honest. What did he say out his mouth? He said that she was laying up with a 19-year-old at 14, right? She should have been in jail for that. Nigga, did you do any of that? Obviously you didn't. That's why you saying she should have been in jail for that, because you didn't do shit about it. That's literally you not being accountable for what you knew was happening to your daughter.
People who have a problem with the law don't run to the law. They're not running. They're not running to the law to try to get the law in their business, because that might put them back in jail. So this
man, basically what you're saying is you wouldn't have done shit if it was your daughter.
I don't have what the daughter did and filmed the video just
That's not the point. I'm asking you, fuck the law. Man, do me a favor, please. I'm begging you.
The reason
fuck the law. Fuck that law. Fuck the law.
I have said it 10 times over. I have no problem calling the police.
Fuck the law.
Okay, well, if you did have a problem with the law, would you have tried?
I gave you an answer. I'm saying fuck that. I'm just asking you specifically, if it was your kid, wouldn't you have done something, regardless of what it was, when you have done something?
That's why it's such a bad argument, because my kids are born in a marriage. I didn't have sex to run the train.
Dude, just answer the question. Why you keep tap dancing? Why do you keep tap dancing?
The point that he keeps asking is, he said, if I was in that situation, I have made calculated moves that all of my kids are made in marriage. It's a totally different
situation. So if you were in that situation,
I wouldn't be in that situation.
But if you were,
you can't ask if I would be in this situation when I say I have make calculated moves not to be in that situation.
But if you were,
this nigga, bro,
goalpost sliding.
You paying him to troll or what?
Goalpost sliding to another time zone.
This shit crazy. Ain't a scam. That shit is in fucking sane, bro.
Is all the way in Mountain Time in Denver somewhere.
So
Halle Bev, your baby daddy has custody of your daughter. You find out that your daughter, 14 years old, he is allowing her to lay up with a 19-year-old. Would you do anything? Not what it is, but would you do anything about it? Yes or no?
I'm looking for the goalpost.
Yes, I would.
Thank you. That's how simple this shit could be. It ain't fucking podcast.
What would you do, Callie?
These goofy ass niggas that y'all keep rocking
what
with.
would you do?
Goalposts on the back of a milk carton.
Solution for the situation. What would you do?
Okay, well, since I know about it, I must have some kind of evidence for it or whatever like that. If I don't have any physical evidence, then I would go ahead and investigate and try and get that, and I would present that to whoever my child custody person, lawyer, judge, police officer, whatever the fuck.
So you saying
I can be kicked off the panel for 25% off, just so y'all know. I'm on sale.
I'm just saying.
So like Callie Bev, would that require you having to like spy and like actually like do illegal maneuvers at some point? Like think about you. Like let's dive into you getting the evidence. How do you go get the evidence? You know what I'm saying?
You hire a private investigator.
Okay, you hire a private investigator. Gotcha. And they're behind like.
Hey, what's the daughter's name?
So
fucking amazing.
I don't know what the daughter's name is.
So you said that you're gonna hire a private investigator, and how do you think that the private investigator is gonna prove that they're having sex inside the house?
Don't. It's not fair for us to answer his questions genuinely, and he won't answer ours.
So that's the private investigator's job. Private investigators find out about affairs and shit all the time. So what do you mean?
How are you going to prove that they're having sex? Because that's what you're trying to prove in court.
How do private investigators prove adultery?
They don't.
Yes, they do. They bring forth
I think
like that all
you don't think it's a law like
that's your man's in them though.
Like if they still teenagers, you think the private investigator could like still snap pictures of them, because that's what it would be, right? Or like, I mean, like somehow getting their phone and getting the texts of them talking about it. Like, let's dive into that.
I'm just saying, how do people get evidence when it comes to statutory rape cases and stuff like that?
Yeah. Usually, but that's like a lot easier when you're an adult, because you're going out, you're probably taking this girl out on a date, that's where they first get the first shot. Then they got y'all kissing before y'all get out the car. You know, that's not going to be happening in this situation where, you know, they teenagers. So I'm just really trying to figure out like,
so teenagers don't do public displays of affection.
All the time.
I mean, but then how would you be able to prove that that's the mom allowing them to do it in the house?
Because she's letting
that's
them
what I'm saying.
Toriana?
Like if they're doing it
Her name
outside, I'm pretty
Toriana?
sure like that's not what your investigation is about.
Oh my God.
So you telling me that private
please don't
investigators don't prove their cases and present the evidence to lawyers and stuff like that? So you telling me that lawyers don't hire private investigators to do background information for their cases? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not.
They don't get no
I'm not
kind of
saying
proof.
that at all. I never said that. Yes, they do that. Yes, but
Right.
what I'm saying is,
So
I
there
gave
is a
you
way.
scenarios. I explained how.
Wait. Hold on, wait. Why y'all going all over the board with all of this, right? The hire private investigator. What should happen to the mom?
Well, the mom did lose custody of Toriana. If that's
No, that's not the question.
Because
all
Boosie
this
did have
hypothetical stuff.
Boosie did have custody of her at one point in time. So
Whatever that punishment is for breaking that law, that's what she should is. But she should get punished. I don't know what the law is per se, and specifically what the punishment is, but she should be held responsible for that, whatever that is.
But okay, but what if you're unable to get proof out of curiosity?
That's what I was trying to. Yeah.
The reason why I asked that, if you're unable to get proof, right? Because if y'all sure proof can be gotten, why ain't nobody else told on the mom? Why ain't nobody else called as? Why have nobody else done it if proof is so easy to
because
acquire?
that nigga didn't try. Oh my fucking God. I can't believe y'all got Aaron with this shit now.
I mean, it just sounds like
literally
so
had my
homeboy
homeboy
actually the mom that's allowing it to happen.
Okay. Hold on. I literally had my homeboy on the show. He talked about his 3-4 year journey, bro, that it took for him to get custody of his kid. This nigga was a military vet, a police officer. He had all kind of shit going for himself, right? And he had to go
you compare him to a criminal
of getting his child back, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not comparing him, dipshit. This is the fucking point. We're not comparing them. That's the point. Is that it's not about. It's not, bro. Y'all asked the fucking question, nigga. You think people stupid and don't remember shit, bro? Y'all asked that dumbass question. All a motherfucker said was this nigga didn't do nothing. And then y'all said, well, what should he have done? And then when a motherfucker give you a suggestion and say, well, maybe he should have fought for his kid, like Rob B said, now you want to tear it apart when y'all don't want to ask the fucking question.
Can I
Let
ask a
this
question?
shit go, nigga.
Can I listen.
Goofy ass niggas.
Little
It
Boosie
don't
did have
fucking
custody
matter.
of
Aaron's
Toriana
question
Hatch,
was
the same one
who's
that we're talking
goddamn
about.
accountable
He had
for the
custody
fucking
of at one point in
behavior.
time. So whatever
Dumbass
you're saying, little
niggas.
podcast, it doesn't matter because he had custody of her at one point in time. So in other words, he did have custody of her. So why are we arguing this? You can stop arguing. If you didn't do the basic,
because niggas ask a question, you give them an answer, then they want to try to tear it apart.
He did. Listen, so if he had custody of her, right? Hold on, podcast. If he had custody of her, right, it still changes the argument. He did do something. The courts can take the child back and give him back to whoever they want to.
But here's a problem with Uncle Tom. Here, let me show you the point, right? Scam likely says panel self-deletion, boot me, they dusted, blame the women, blame the kids, blame the pets. Here's the problem, right? Let's say he has custody, right? But they have to share custody. When she goes over to the mom's spot, that's what happened. But he still got primary custody, so she end up going back with him. What difference would that make?
Nothing.
It will make some difference.
Oh my word!
It will make some difference.
All we saw is Beans was being disingenuous, man. It's like this.
So wait. Why do you think Beans has been disingenuous? He's usually not pretty much disingenuous.
You crazy than a motherfucker.
No, he's usually not disingenuous. So I'm sure. So like, okay, maybe you guys know something I don't know. I know
he's never disingenuous. He just says, "Don't be disingenuous" all the time. which is cool. But
say that.
even
Yo,
right?
Beats funny as hell, yo.
Yo, even so, like I just said, if we're gonna say he did nothing, you would literally do something. You would actually check into what you're saying before
No,
you
this,
sit there.
this is a very complicated situation, right?
No, it's not that complicated. I literally did a minute and a half search on this shit, and it comes up. He technically had custody of this little girl. The mother lost custody up to Boosie. Boosie didn't want to give her, and then, then the courts took her back.
Jail. He went to jail. He
exactly.
Went
so it's not like it didn't happen. So to say he tried to do nothing
Whose
is
fault was
absolutely
he trying to say it was? Was he trying to say it was his the dad fault because the dad didn't fight? Was he trying to say that?
Yes.
Okay.
He said he overall did something.
Overall,
matter. The motherfucking child gonna do what they want to do regardless because that's what they do. They are their own.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, really, it's the kid. The kid's gonna do what they want to. Yo, I agree with you, Uncle Tom.
Unlikely.
The kid stays with Boosie during the summer. She said she wants to go back with her mom. For a reason, but she's supposed to stay with him during the summer, but for a reason, she's like, I got to go back because my mom got into an accident. So the point is, she can go back whenever she wants.
Right. You know, like we acting like it's not a
age
whole.
She can make her own decision. She's at the age where she can make her own decision.
I don't understand.
I'm pretty sure what it looks like. She had a lot of rules to follow while she was under her daddy rule, and she liked being under her mother rule because her mother let her do whatever she wanted. That's why the child is.
I would agree with that. I would agree with her mom let her talk any type of way, cuss any type of way. Her mama to me sounds like trashity trash.
Trash.
I know moms that got the worst baby daddies, but those mothers turn them kids into something special. They ain't what's going on around here. That girl, you can tell that girl curse up a storm in front of her mom.
She does. She does.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
But the reason I say he was being disingenuous because he only wanted to concede wanted people to concede to a point if he didn't try to do something, it's pretty much basically his fault because he didn't try. And if you didn't even look up and see if he didn't try, then this is a disingenuous argument because you don't even know. You don't know, and you technically didn't even give a shit. You're just trying to score points.
I will say it's complicated because he said it's a hypothetical scenario. So,
oh my god,
yeah.
If that was the case, he wouldn't have took it so hard when someone said
you got to throw the whole family.
He wouldn't have took it as hard and got mad at someone for not pretty much agreeing with him. How we don't see it his way. This is the disingenuous shit that he said. That was totally disingenuous.
That's a good point. I don't know if he's been disingenuous. I think he's speaking to the point that he made, and then we kind of switched the point a little bit.
I didn't switch shit. I just wanted to see if he fucking knew if the motherfucker had custody. Now that was my whole argument the whole time. Do you know if the motherfucker ever tried to get custody? Yeah. If he didn't know that part, then what's the point?
The problem
he went off of it saying that he didn't say nothing during the video.
She spent the majority of her life being up under her mom. That's the point.
Listen, but do you think it's disingenuous to say?
Yeah, I know, Tyrone.
I got a question, Aaron. I want to know your honest opinion. Do you believe it's disingenuous to say I looked at this 2-minute video and I'm mad that he didn't address this? Is that disingenuous in a 2-minute video?
I break down the information given. I don't really like.
I gotta work in the morning. Y'all motherfuckers drive me crazy.
I told y'all, Aaron up for president 2024.
Yo, do y'all feel like everybody deserves to have a baby? Because you look at the family, like when you look at this full circle, I agree with you. You might as well just throw the whole family in the trash because, like, either the kid was gonna grow up to be a Tatiana because of the mom, or the kid was gonna grow up to be a tomboy because of Boosie. Cursing and doing the same type wild shit all together. And this right here is where you really got to ask the question: should everybody just be able to just willy-nilly have a baby? Because
there's nothing wrong with being a tomboy.
Nothing is wrong with either. I'm just saying she like it, like it's just a like the mother trash, the dad trash, because we see how he act when he gets stopped by the cops. He start rapping, trying to smoke weed, cursing, going to jail for having guns on him. Like he
Part of it,
like
part of
he
it
can't even.
was she got mad because he took the car back.
That's the only thing, is he?
I mean, but you know, at the end of the day, it's still just like, for what? Y'all had a kid for what? Like it'd be like we just be
Some
letting
people don't deserve to have
anybody have a
kids.
kid for
That's a
absolutely
fact.
no fucking
Did they have?
reason
Did they
in
have
the
a?
world, bro. Like why did why did they have a kid if this is what the outcome is?
Lee, you
Hey
gotta
Lee,
hate
did
each
they have?
other.
Did
Yo,
they have a kid? Did
yo,
they have
he
a
said
kid, or
he don't
did
care
they
if
just
she
have sex?
dies, bro.
Did they have
But
kids, or they just have sex?
Unlikely the
Right,
story
I
on the
agree with
street. Listen, unlikely the story on the street is him and
I
his friend
never
was
wish
running the train.
wish death on my kid's daughter. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, why did y'all even have a baby, bro?
No,
So
but
crazy.
listen, you gotta look at it. Him and his homeboy running the train on, and she got pregnant. I don't think he planned on having a kid.
Wait, that's what happened? You said that they ran a train on her?
Yeah,
Is that what happened?
The story
Yo,
was
that's
that
but
she
yo,
was
he a
drunk,
dummy. Yo, bro, no way. How old was he? Was he 16? Was he 18? Did he not know what was going on? Or was he 25 and he knew what a condom could do?
Lee, the super chat
'Cause,
says
bro,
all his
you
other kids is straight and live with him and are doing amazing.
That tells you something.
I know he said all his kids get straight A's and she do too, but when she was in private school, but I don't know if they took her out of it, whatever the case is. So
again, some people shouldn't deserve kids.
I don't
It's
believe in
a
nothing
fact.
they say online.
And a matter of fact, and when you put
I
the courts
believe it.
involved in it, when you
gotta show me that. You gotta pull that up.
When
gotta
you
show me
add
they lying.
courts involved in it, when you add courts involved in your life, you're doing the wrong thing. Point blank period. Some people don't deserve kids.
That's why I said it matters what the other kids say.
Yeah.
Because if the other kids are saying, yeah, he did this, he did that, then I'm like, that's a lot of examples right there. But if not, if she the outlier, I mean, because look, Boosie gonna be who he is. He who he is. So you gotta start looking at the other variables, and it's they all have different moms, basically, to a certain degree. So that be the kicker.
People just be having kids.
Listen, I plan. Well, I ain't gonna say I plan at all my kids. That's a lie. But yeah, some people shouldn't have kids. Just point blank period.
But I want to get to the meat of it. Is it a problem that this man said that he was going to remove her from his will? Do he have the right to dictate where his money go after he leave here?
Oh, she wouldn't get it. She wouldn't get a rent.
She wouldn't get a motherfucking.
Yes.
She couldn't get a morsel. She wouldn't get
Of
a
course he should be
goddamn
able to
crumb.
do that.
Yeah, you should be able to do that. People do that all the time.
That's crazy.
If you do that with grown kids, if you do that with your grown kids, you can do that when they're young too. It don't matter.
A man can have 100 babies, bro. A man can have 100 babies, dog. He can have more. If he had all the time and all he had to do was make babies, he could do that shit year in and year out and make 100 babies, dog. This baby stuff has been taken, like, yo, protect and take it.
It was
bro.
the reason why the Greek used to. That's the reason why Greek used to get rid of that kid.
Yo, bro, you should be lucky you even exist, fam. You should be lucky you even here.
My grandma changed her will all the time.
All of us should be lucky.
Kids like they wasn't shit. What
All of us should be lucky we even here, bro. Like, I'm just happy my mom did with whatever she did, and I'm here. That's all I needed. That's why I tell her that's all I needed from you.
Oh, you know what she did.
I don't even need nothing
Oh, you
else.
know what she did.
All you had to
Stop
do is
acting like
put
you
me
don't
down
know.
on this earth, fam. Let me stand up and let nothing crazy happen to me as a kid, and I'm Gucci. That's all I needed.
I'm saying, just be happy your parents got some assets to divide in a fucking will in the first. I mean, in a will in the first place.
That makes it better.
Listen.
So, like, the reason I asked that question is because all of this started because he took back the car that he gave her. He talked about removing her. Like, I don't see what Boosie did wrong. Like, those was his things to take from her.
And obviously, she said she didn't want it. So, if he didn't want it, why are you complaining about it, little girl?
He only happened to have this conversation.
I'm in total agreement with him taking it. The reason I played that other video, because what did that carefree mother say? If you curse me in a conversation, I'm taking your car. So, I mean, if she said that's the carefree mother, you curse me, and does it sound like that girl don't curse? Oh, that girl curse. She cursed
like a mofo.
She go off. Yes. Like we all know what's going on here. Like, no, that child need help. need help. And y'all could try to blame this, that, but it sounds like I've seen scenarios where you're like, you know what? Yeah, the dad's just wild type crazy. Because look at the mom. She don't act like that. And she made a mistake with it. Sounds like she is the major problem. Because she won't money.
She was. I mean, she was literally in the conversation, egging on the conversation, backfilling the conversation, writing the script for the conversation.
And she contributed to him leaving. So the daughter was in Louisiana, and she convinced the daughter to move to Houston with her.
Well, shit. Bye.
So I think it's now you got a man that was living in Louisiana. I think he's in Atlanta now, and you in Houston. What really can he do when you're that far?
You know, E, the thing about it is people want to cry and complain about how bad. No, I'm not even going to talk to this about how bad their life was until they get to the age where they're not inside their mama house and that real life hit them. Real life ain't easy all the time. I'm gonna tell I told my dad like this. I'm glad you showed me how to be a motherfucking man, because if you wasn't there, bro, I would still be in the same spot that the rest of my siblings are.
You got 17 years, 364
Nah, I don't think you would have. I think you would have figured it out, though.
17 years.
Yeah,
I think you got 17.
But it was only because he showed me what it is to be a man. And I'm not gonna lie to you. If it wasn't for him, because like I said, he was gone. The nigga never was without a job. Always working.
I feel you. My dad was like that too.
As a kid in my house, you got 17 years, 364 days to complain and figure it out. On your 18th birthday, it's all on you, bro.
Yeah, but
you can stay in my house. You can stay in my house, but don't complain about me, what I'm doing as a parent. It's on you now to figure it out. Now you can ask me. You can ask me. Hold on. You can ask me for my advice.
14.
You could ask me for an advice. You could ask me for opinions. But
facts.
You are once you're a man.
Wait. Let me make sure we understand, because we might have
he's calling himself an unpaid advisor. That's what he's saying.
So should y'all feel safe and protected in your own
beautiful
home?
thing.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say?
Should people feel safe and protected in their own home?
Absolutely.
You create your own protection. So whether you feel safe or not, the most paranoid people don't feel safe.
So, but I hear that. But the way y'all say it, it's y'all home and it's not the kid's home. So why would a kid feel safe there?
Because I'm his flesh and blood. What the hell? I'm his tribe. What?
No, listen. This ain't your house. This is my house. But you safe.
It's a fact. No. You ain't safe. You can be exited out as soon as I say.
Well, once you become 18, it's my house. But under 18, it's our house. But once you become 18, yeah, it's my house now. I got to set some rules. Aaron, come on. You gonna be a kid? Gonna be wilding? Nah.
Listen, when my kids turn, when they finish high school, they got 1 to 2 years into college, and they got a contract after that.
Aaron, I'm gonna be real with you. Here's the thing: when your
so-called
child or your grown adult child can call the cops on you and say, he abused me. Oh, it's my house.
No, in this five-page contract that they signed, I don't never kick you out. You kick yourself out.
Oh, that can be broken. They're gonna be like, "You gotta evict me. You gotta evict me." I've seen that happen.
No, I want to make sure I understand where y'all guys are at. So, are you saying if your child is 20, let's say 23, are you saying that they shouldn't be still living with you?
My son's 24. He lives with me. So.
I didn't say they can't live with you. My kids can live with me long as they want to live with me. They just gotta buy the contract.
Right. And let me give you an example, E-Man. Let's say like my kid is opening up a vending machine company, right?
25,
and they like, yo, dad, in 10 years, I'm gonna be able to make $100,000 a year doing this. I'm gonna be like, I stay in my crib for 10 years, stay here till you 28, absorb all that income. I don't care if you chill in my house. It is what it is. But if you're just sitting around doing nothing, that's
here's the thing: the dynamic of the house didn't
change.
And
if you're disrespecting the rules, like John said,
hold on.
Like unlikely said, the dynamics of the house didn't change. He just got older.
But no, it did change. See, so let me ask you.
It really didn't change in the grand scheme of things.
Let me lay it out for you, Uncle Tom.
Go ahead.
So what I'm asking is, say your kids pay some of the bills. They pay.
My kids don't pay my bills.
Hold on, no, because this is a realistic situation. You have adults living with their parents, and they might pay $500 in the rent. They might pay a light bill. They might pay on the bills. If an adult kid is contributing to the bills, does that change the dynamics?
And the way you're speaking now, hold on, the way you're talking is like a landlord-tenant situation.
No, it don't change.
Does it change?
No, it does. It does change. It does not change the dynamics of our relationship at all.
Yes, it does.
It does because visually,
you think that we're gonna try to make them pay bills?
What I'm saying to you is what I'm saying.
Are paying bills.
In my house, if you are my kid living in my house, and if I charge you rent or bills, whatever it is, it do not change the dynamic of me being your father and you following the rules that I set.
No, but it changed the dynamic. Now I'm your tenant. So now
it's your tenant.
I have
literally what changes.
I have certain rights as a tenant.
That's a fact.
So so legally you're right. You're right in the conversation. Me and my son had the same conversation. Me and my son had this conversation, and I said, "Well, I don't care about the law. This is between me and you.
Don't care about it when the police get there.
No, you can't do that.
Hold on, bro. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Me and my son had this conversation. I said, if you ever get the law involved in our situation, you know what you just did. That's your move.
You got a victim, sir.
So I'm telling you, so me and my son, that's my son. Listen. My son and I had this respect, this relationship that he understood exactly what I meant. My son would never play that card because he understands that we have a bond. Yes.
No, but
here's the problem. Hold on. Here's the problem, Jonathan Baptist.
Before I go, hold on. One thing I want to say is you can't kick somebody out that's paying rent. You can't say it's my house. You gotta leave.
Hold on. First of all,
you can't even kick somebody out that's not paying rent.
I got. Hold on, listen. I got
motherfucking. What do they call it? A squatter's rights.
No, you got real.
So basically, the reason why my contract works with my kids is because it's not because it's a contract. It's because it's a relationship there that's been there since they were kids, and so therefore, because their respect is there, I don't need the law to enforce this with my kids. My kids and I have an understanding that they know that as their dad, I got their best interest from start to finish until I'm gone.
That's because you're a good parent.
Correct. And that's what
if the child wants to be vindictive at any point in time, if they don't like what you got to say, they can put them laws in your life.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. That's why I say it's always good to be a good parent. That way your kids understand.
And again, I don't want my kids paying. Here's the thing. Listen, the dynamic. I'm still gonna pay my household. It's my household for a reason. Meaning everything underneath that household belong to me, and I'm gonna make sure it's taken care of. I don't want your money. Keep your money, stack your money, so you can get the hell away from me. That's my problem.
And honestly, the money that we did, the money I did charge to my son, I didn't use it for the house. I used it for a savings account.
That's nothing wrong with that, though.
No,
it's nothing wrong with that either.
I'm not saying the way you're doing it is wrong. I will never say you're parenting wrong because every parent does different. Parents do this shit every way. I don't listen. If he wants to give money to his mama, that's fine. I will never ask you for money, and I will never expect you to get money for this household because it's.
If he gives you money, will you take it?
But
no, I will not take
Tom.
You will not take it, Uncle Tom? Come on. No. For saying being a good dad, he gonna be like, yo, I'm about to drop off a little bag.
You know what? You know what you can do? Go buy me something that you know I like. Go buy me some fucking tequila. I don't care. I don't need your money. I don't need your money.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Now, Uncle Tom, can you tell me why everybody is disappearing off the screen?
Because it's time to go.
It's time to end the show. Time to end the show. Okay, I came. I saw. I wasn't even supposed to be here today. I made a special exception day for either man. I appreciate y'all for coming through, but we got to get out of here. I got to get something to eat. Your boy is hungry, okay? Listen, if you leave your kids with the baby mama, it's the baby mama's fault. If you leave your kids with your baby daddy, it's your baby daddy's fault. Y'all just pick somebody to blame because in life gonna choose for you, okay? I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We gonna see y'all in the next show. It's Friday tomorrow, so y'all already know what's going down. I see y'all. Be there or be square. Either way it goes.